worked. For once,
There we go.
it worked. On some fucking wood. It worked. This week, it worked. The computer is fine today. I did some cleaning, and hopefully everything remains the way it is right now. But like I said, it could, it could go south, but it's working right now. So I'm definitely happy about that. Thank you guys, everybody out there, for being on board and being with us tonight. It is, you know what it is. Say What Wednesday, all day, every day. So glad to have you on board. It's going to be an interesting show. Hoping everybody is. I hope you're okay. Let's just put it out there. I just hope you're okay. I hope you're not, feeling too much of a stretch. You know what I mean? I hope you're not suffering from wallet envy. As you can see, this wallet is completely empty. No dollars in it. I don't actually carry money, but my card is almost on tilt. I say that because, damn it, like there's too many things dropping at once, and I have a headache. My booty's tight. Your butt puckers when you start getting these notifications. You're like, ooh, more money. I got to dip out. I got to, this, that, and the third. I don't know what it is, but we're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to also talk about a very special reveal, an interesting reveal. It's really decent. We'll probably talk about that at the top of the hour. But yeah, it's just not really structured tonight. We're just going to have a conversation. There was no structure. You know what I mean? It's just a full conversation. So just join us. So glad to have you actually here, but I can't do this without my compadres, everybody that's here with me tonight. What is going on with you fellas? How are you doing?
Doing great.
Doing great, man.
Excited
Happy to be here.
So great. Now, y'all didn't see what was happening behind closed doors. Riley disappeared for a minute. I don't know what it is.
He just got here.
He just got here and just last now minute. Got here. Last minute. I don't know what he was doing. He was probably boo loving on the phone. I don't know what. You know what I mean? He's probably like, hey, baby, I got a show to do. You can't be calling me in the middle of the show.
That's exactly the conversation I was having.
Baby.
Yeah.
Like we gotta be professional. Don't be calling me while I'm on the show, woman. Do you know my name?
Sorry about that, guys.
I am Riley. You don't call me. I call you. And then all of a sudden he appears on the screen. Like literally, that's crazy.
Don't call him the human party for nothing.
Yeah, don't call him the human party for nothing. You know what I mean? Because he'll choke a bitch. Like
he will.
That's the way it is. Like Riley's human party, but he'll choke you. He'll choke you out. You know what I mean? Like literally. Like behind, like he's like this, but when them cameras go off, he takes the glasses off. Like, I told you, don't you ever call me again. Anyway, Riley, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing, man?
Dude, I'm doing great, man. Excited for the show tonight. We got some things to discuss. We got some storms to talk about, some things happening, and just having a great day, great week. I'm excited to have these topics. Let's go, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, we do have some things to chat about. Mr. Mom, Collectibles, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing, man?
What's going on? Just like my favorite 90s movie, Twister. Got to survive the storm. Got to take cover and survive what's going on right now. It's a Twister out there from Sideshow.
Bro, that brings back some memories.
Yeah, it does.
Damn. That really does bring back some memories. You brought that up,
right.
man. It was like one of my favorite films. It was crazy because that was like one of the first disaster films that dropped, that started more disaster films at that point. So yeah, like that's a good point, man. Thank you for bringing that one up. Cousin Cam, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing,
What's up,
man?
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me as always, bro. Just trying to figure out how I can how fast I can sell this TV so I can get more Hot Toys, because that's what I'm
Facebook Marketplace.
I'm like, this is a bad purchase with all these figures dropping. Why did I buy this? This is crazy.
Bro, it's a storm like that hit out of nowhere, and it's butt puckering season. So definitely
butt puckering season.
Yeah, it's butt puckering season, bro. I'm telling you, this is what it is, man. And it's Christmas. Like, wow. Anyway, Will Foxification, Foxy Feet himself. What's going on with you, brother?
Dude, happy to be here, man. And I'm a little upset because Ryan, Mr. Mom, he showed you that beautiful head of hair and then he just covered it up. So I mean, look at that, bro. Come on now.
Yeah,
he was flexing on us with us hairless folk, like I'll
leave it
Ryan's
off
flexing
hair,
us. Dude, that's a nice head of hair, though, man.
I appreciate it.
But by the way, Leo,
What's up?
dreams do come true with collecting, bro. Because I don't know if you noticed, there's been a lot of figures that released recently, but one Grail released recently. And it arrived at my doorstep. Actually, Toys Wonderland came through this time, and DHL came through, bro. So, guys, let me just tell you, Loki, if you're on the fence, you need to get off the fence. It's a really amazing figure. I'm willing to say that it's like a 9 out of 10 with the helmet on. With the helmet off layout, I'm with you. It's like a 7. It's not great.
But
it's not great.
Because you did
put the
hit me
helmet
up.
on
You was
there.
like, it's a grail.
Come on, bro. It's a grail. I think it might be my favorite hot toy in my collection. But, I'm a little bit biased, bro. I'm a little bit biased. But Riley's going to get it. He already told me. So, he's going to
Yeah, yeah, totally.
First
I already
match.
got it from Toys Wonderland. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man, seriously, Leo, I think you're still getting it, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't have a choice. Like, I got to get it.
You're going to love it. Trust me.
I hope
You're
so,
gonna
bro.
love it.
I hope so.
You know, I
'Cause
can
if
still
not,
be
I'm just going to sell it to Riley.
Riley's gonna have too.
You know what I mean?
But
If
I'm telling you, bro, in hand, dude, I cannot put this guy in a pose that does not look good. He has so much presence. Like, the tailoring's incredible. So it's
I don't know. I might sell it. It depends on what my Uncle Keith. We got Uncle Tobar out there, man. He's like, this is not up to par. Uncle Keith, you gotta let me know, man. If you get the Keith, as a matter of fact, Uncle Keith, are you getting Loki, bro? Let me know, man. Are you getting this piece? I wonder.
Leo, did you see Sideshow delayed him?
Yeah, I know.
Like, he got delayed to January to February, I think, and it's like the one figure that they didn't get first batch. It's super odd. So
wow.
I can't believe.
So he's delayed with. Wow. Well,
yeah,
I mean,
like the one figure I got from Toys Wonderland ended up working out. So
you got it basically before. So we got.
Wow.
There's another Captain America epidemic that's actually popping off right now.
Pretty much, yeah. Loki seems to be the one, but I think he'll show up before long. But pretty interesting. They get first batch everything else, so.
Yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know. We'll see definitely how it is and how it pops off. It's going to be interesting. Definitely, it's going to be interesting. Let me address the chat real quick, man. We got superhero displays in the building. He said, but no, I'm not going to say that. We got Feezy Figures in the building. Windman 42, Two Ferns. Let me see here. Dale A is in the building. Ed Reneur, some guy. We got Luminars in the building. DC Art Man. We got let me see, is Loomis in the building. Let me see here. We got Tobar in the building. He said this is not up to par. What are we talking about? He said let me see here. What's up? Renz Talentino's in the building. Let me see here. We got All in the Game. He's like, yo, they canceled. You said Wonder Woman 3 canceled by James Gunn. Yeah, I got my sentiments about that. We're going to talk about that. Justin McFly in the building. Yamo is in the building. Pure Stewards. Tobar. What is he saying? This panel is awful. What? What you mean, bro? What are you talking about? Tobar. What you talking about, man? What you mean?
Imagine that it's like a legit person.
The opposite of an Avengers level panel.
Thank you for being here, man. But yeah, all right. So, let me see who else we got. We got Marvel Less is in the building. Thank you for being here, lady. Can't wait to talk tomorrow. We got a show coming up tomorrow. That's Rise and Chai special tomorrow. Special conversation we're gonna have. Can't wait for that. Let me see here who else we got. Philip the Fool. We got Larry Walker. S Beam is in the building. We got Brandon Salad in the building. Let me see here. KJ Smith. Let's see here. Leighton Richards. Useby is in the building. Thank you for being here, man. Let's see here else we got. Larry Walker. Primetime Reviews is in the building. Mike Latoris is in the building. Collectible Chats. Larry Walker, Mark Attack, an Insane One is actually in here as well. So we got a few people that actually scooting through. So definitely, Brother Cousins will be here in just a little bit. He had to pimp smack a few, females. So no, I'm just playing. No, he's actually handling some business. He'll be in there just in a little bit. So definitely, can't wait to see him. No, Carlos, I don't want to hear about your Feisen story. No, we're not going to listen about that tonight. You already hijacked me early. We're not going to talk about that. FBJ is in the building. Luminar, yeah. What is this I hear about Wonder Woman 3 not happening? I have my thoughts. I was just talking about that basically behind, You know what? All right. So let's. I know this is not. Well, it is sort of figure related because we all have this figure, or at least some people have this figure in hand. I know I do. I know I'm a fan of Gal Gadot, and I'm a fan of pretty much her take on Wonder Woman. Now, of course, what a lot of people are talking about right now, right up the top, is the simple fact that Wonder Woman 3, was apparently canceled. Now, I have my thoughts. about this because Wonder Woman, the first one, was successful, but that was successful because it wasn't just Patty Jenkins. It was also Zack Snyder's interpretation as well. He had his hands in on it. There were a couple of decent writers. Wonder Woman 2, 1984, didn't do so well. And that's because Patty Jenkins was more hands-on. She decided not to go with previous relationships with individuals that she was working with and do it on her own. And it was proven that it wasn't really at that point as successful as the first film. Jeff Johns also had his hands in it as well. And apparently what happened was, the story is that she did turn in her treatment for Wonder Woman 3, her and Jeff Johns, but apparently Gunn and the crew did not see eye to eye with that. They didn't think it worked for where they were going. Next week, they're supposed to have a meeting with Zaslav to talk about the direction that they're actually taking the DC films and where it's going to go. You know, their approach to it, you know, and they apparently cut Wonder Woman 3. Now, here's my take on that, though, because they cut the film, but just a few days ago, right? Just a few days ago, Gal Gadot, let me bring brother Cousins in here. What you going on? What's going on with you, brother?
Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all
What's going on with you, brother?
What
So
up,
glad
what
to
up?
have you here. So
Absolutely.
apparently a few days ago, Gal Gadot put up a post talking about Wonder Woman and, you know, how she's happy that, I mean, she, you know, her journey with Wonder Woman has been, you know, such a dream come true, thanking the fans and also saying she can't wait for people to basically see the next direction. And that was a few days ago. Today we get the news that they're scrapping Wonder Woman 3. Now, I hear that they're scrapping Wonder Woman 3, but let me ask you guys, do you think that they're going to scrap? Now, mind you, Mr. Mom, you did bring up a point real quick. If I don't bring that up, you said that again, when we read it, she was slated to actually earn $20 million for this film. Patty Jenkins, 12. Now, do you think, and you said basically it's for them to clean the slate, you know, pretty much, you know, more money that they could put in the pot. There was almost 30 something million dollars. They were going to actually lose at that point, and have to give up. Do you think, and I'm asking you guys, do you basically think that them letting go of that team also means that they're letting go of Gal Gadot? I'm just going to throw it out there. Whoever wants to jump in can jump in.
That's a hard one. I think
That's a tough one.
it could be. That's a big possibility. It's a big possibility with. I mean, and I hate to go at this. They've always been very bad when it comes to like female-led ventures and paying females the way they should. I remember all the way back in the day when I was a little boy and I loved Terminator 2. And I remember reading, I was just a little black kid in the hood. It didn't matter anything to me. But the whole fact of the matter was that I'm looking at it and I'm reading. I know what fair is. And I'm looking at Linda Hamilton. I remember her pay was like maybe a million something dollars. And Arnold was like 12. And I was like 12 million. And I was just like, damn, that doesn't seem right. These things all come down to money. And of course, in that movie, Arnold was the lead, so yeah, whatever. But still, when it comes to them like paying that team, it's all about the turnaround. And maybe they're not seeing the value of those movies. The first one, I know everybody was like excited about the direction of Wonder Woman. The first one was amazing. And it seemed that everybody liked it. And that was like the first big budget female led movie. And they did that before Marvel did. Marvel completely missed the mark, without, having a female led movie. We're not putting out Black Widow. We didn't get Black Widow to the end of Endgame. And so everything was all until her story was told already. But everybody was really excited about this movie, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Then when that second one came out, and it was during a weird time with COVID, the start of HBO Max, and all that. And it was a Christmas release. I remember it came out. I remember, a lot of people actually went to the movies and saw that to see Wonder Woman 2, Wonder Woman 84. And I remember a lot of people were disappointed. They didn't like the direction of it. So I think, to answer your question, I'm sorry being so long-winded with it, but I think it seems that they may have lost faith in that team and Patty Jenkins.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why. Gal Gadot, I mean, she's Wonder Woman. It's going to be very hard to replace.
It would be stupid to do that.
Absolutely.
It would be the biggest mistake that they could make if they actually let her go as Wonder Woman. Like literally. And to basically like, look, what made that film successful was a lot of, support from women, not just men, but women who basically enjoyed seeing finally a strong female character represented on screen as a hero, at that point, which, kind of opened the door for others. So to let her go, I think that would basically be a mistake. Mr. Mom, what you think about this, man?
It's a tough one because, even I guess we'll talk about it with She-Hulk if we're going to talk about the She-Hulk figure a little later. But, it's really hard when you have, and I think I said this before, bad movies can generate fantastic characters. And that's kind of the hard thing. Like, Venom, I think a great character movie was there, things like that, or like She-Hulk show. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was a great character as like a figure. Gal Gadot to me is Wonder Woman. Henry Cavill, is Superman. The movies you can question, like the first Wonder Woman I thought was fantastic. I was really disappointed with the second one. It was set in the 80s, child of the 80s. I was really looking forward to that whole theme. The movie just didn't do it for me. But her as an actress, her as a character, I just find it kind of mind-boggling that, she'll never be Wonder Woman again. But then the flip side to that is she deserves more than, and same with Henry, they deserve more than to be kind of like, in a team-up movie going forward where they're just cameos. They deserve to have their recognition. Like Henry Cavill, he deserves to have his next solo Superman movie. Like he deserves to have another shot at Superman and not being, like team up and kind of piecing everything together, like that kind of deal. So that's what kind of bothers me. I mean, from what I see, I guess they're gonna have like a presentation next week of kind of like what James Gunn's plans are for it. So I really hope that, I mean, I'm okay with the movies themselves being maybe slowed down and things like that. Like Black Adam, if that movie would have been a success, number 2 would have been in the books, but the fact that it bombed, I don't think it gives The Rock that much leverage to maybe, although I love Black Adam, by the way. I thought the movie was really, I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it, but it's just hard when, like, that's how I feel about DC compared to Marvel. Like Marvel has more wins than losses, but they also have great characters that they created, whether or not. I think DC unfortunately has more losses than wins, but they have these great characters that I think were just either written poorly or just put in poor situations, whichever you want to argue it doesn't matter. But they just have really, like Ben Affleck as Batman, so great. Like they just casted really great characters, and it'd be a shame if we never saw them on the screen again and get their own due, their own time. I would hate to see Wonder Woman going forward where she was in like team ups and had cameo appearances, sharing someone else's screen time. Like she deserves to have another movie, kind of redemption, so to speak. So that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I believe, man. I'm hoping. I just hope it's not basically a big mistake. Will, what you think about this, man?
Dude, this is a tricky one, Layout, because I think coming into this, I think we've all kind of viewed James Gunn as like the savior. You know what I mean? Like we've all kind of viewed him as like, oh, let's bring him into DC and have him sort of get things organized and give DC like a direction and a purpose. So, Leo, he has such a good track record with comic book films that I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt until we know more information. Because I get where all you guys are coming from with this, because Wonder Woman 1984 did come out in 2020. That was a very difficult year for a movie to come out. Because that was COVID, right? So that was like the height of COVID too. And from what I remember, it really started kickstarting like March 2020 when shit really started popping off, at least here in the States, right? So that film, it came out in 2020 and it was a tough one. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, it was a tough time to release, but I mean, you look at the numbers, I mean, regardless, that film, 169 mil worldwide, that is super fucking low. I mean, that is like, That's and people did not like this movie. So it doesn't mean you should scrap the character altogether, because I'm with you guys. I do think I really like Gal in the role. Like I do think she's really good in the role, and it's really not her fault. I mean, the movie just ended up not being that great, and that sometimes happens. Like sometimes the characters, like we've all seen the hype around Henry Cavill coming back as Superman, right? You know, I totally understand both sides of this situation. Like I don't know. I get what Ryan's saying about the situation about maybe what Patty Jenkins and what about Gal are probably owed for this film. I don't know if that's as big of a consideration for them. I mean, I think all these companies have a shit ton of money. And I think, you know, if they're willing to pay Robert Downey $50 million for one film, then I think they're probably willing to pay Gal 20, right? So, I mean, you know, I get it's Disney versus Warner Bros. But like, I think it's I think if they felt confident in the film, I think they would do that and not think twice about it. I think maybe what they're probably thinking about more so is like, you know what? I think they're just maybe not sure of which direction they want to take Wonder Woman right now. So maybe they're going to shelve her for now and be like, okay, have her show up in other things. Let's focus on a few other things and kind of get where we want to go. Or maybe, like you said, they just don't like Patty Jenkins' idea for Wonder Woman 3. And they're like, let's rework this together and let's try to come up with something that we all feel comfortable with, right? And in the meantime, we'll do these other things. So I think the way I kind of approaching this is, DC has some real bangers, but they have some real misses. And so does Marvel lately, too, to be fair. Marvel, a lot of their shows and stuff have not been that great. Some of the films, depending upon who you ask, same thing, right? But I think DC's got to try something different. I just think doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is just not going to end well for them. So I think I don't think that means just like get rid of Gal, because I think she's good and people like her. She's not the problem, but I do feel like they got to try something different because it's just not working. So their solo films work, like Batman and Joker and stuff. And the first Wonder Woman I actually really liked. I'm with you guys. That was pretty good. I like that movie. But I mean, like the Superman film, even the Superman Man of Steel, like I know a lot of people like that film. That film was pretty divisive for the time. And it didn't really do that well at the box office, to be fair. I mean, like it did pretty okay, but for a Superman film, it should have done a lot better. So, I mean, I think James Gunn is looking at that and is like, okay, if I want to keep my job, I have to make films that are going to make money. And I know you look at the Suicide Squad and that didn't really make that much money either. So he's probably even looking at that and it's like, like, I don't know what we want to do here. I think at the end of the day, like as long as you're making good films, people will come to them. Like I said, Joker, dude, like it's a very dark film, made over $1 billion. So, I mean, it did very well. But when you look at like Wonder Woman 84 and how divisive it was, like, I think maybe, I don't know if they're going to get rid of Gal. I don't know if that would be smart, but I think maybe they're just going to be like, let's try to like focus on some new shit, bring in some new characters, and then kind of bring Gal in when we feel comfortable. But I don't know, man. It's a tough one.
Will, you know what? To your credit, I'm sorry to jump in.
No, go ahead.
I forgot 84 Wonder Woman that came out on HBO Max simultaneously, same day release.
Right. It was not a good plan.
No, that wasn't, because I remember I was actually watching it during Christmas. I fell asleep during Christmas morning. I watched it and I fell asleep because it was so boring. I just fell asleep on my couch.
The movie is really not great.
That suffered though because of the simultaneous HBO release. I remember.
No doubt about it. And
that was like the first one that came out same day.
Yeah, and Ryan, that's a great point. And like, and Leo, I know like how dear this character is to your heart, so I empathize with that. Like, I do understand, you know, where you're coming from. Like, you want to see more of her because you love this character, and a lot of people love this character. So, you know, I get that, and I think sometimes though, like Wonder Woman is a super popular character, and so is Superman. But I think sometimes we get in the echo chamber of like this community and like this. More like I guess like the passionate people in this community, right? Like I think, like I said, the Superman like Henry Cavill thing, I think like the diehards really want Henry Cavill back, but in most general audiences are probably like, what if it's Superman, whatever, right? Like I think that's kind of how they view it. So, but if you ask like us or most people that are really serious about this, then they would be like, yeah, we want Henry Cavill back. But I think most people are just kind of like, you know, the first one did pretty good, not, you know, but it's not like an Avengers level success. Like Top Gun, I guess we still kind of have COVID going. Top Gun just made $1.5 billion. Right. I mean, like, if Top Gun can make $1.5 billion for just being a really fucking good movie, then there's no real excuse for Wonder Woman or Superman not even getting close to that. So, you know, and you know, and sometimes I get it. Like Shang-Chi only made like 500, right? And I love that film. So I get it. It's not always that simple, but I think these films should be producing better than they are. And I think, you know, I think that's maybe what James Gunn is looking at. Sorry, long story short, but, you know.
I think they would fare better if they just stick to one direction. I feel that they jump around all over the place.
It's just
And if they just stick to one thing and just really go, like if we got a Man of Steel 2 and they just, hunkered down and just went in with it and really made, worked on that movie and made it a good movie instead of rushing. I think, especially when that DCEU stuff started, they were really trying to keep up with Marvel at the time. Let's be honest. They saw the success of Marvel, and they wanted to replicate that. And I think that's why the product wasn't as good. They were rushing. Marvel took time to build that cinematic universe. Now it's a little, phase 4, it had its ups and downs. I think we can all agree to that. But in the beginning, they methodically started out and really took time to build that universe. They could have did it the same way with DC, but they jumped back and forth with several things. You have you had at one point you almost had like 3 Jokers, and that's crazy.
Like 6 Batman.
Right. Well, and I do think, like, Lael, just my last point, like, and I see some comments, and I get it's fair about Man of Steel and stuff, like, and I get they're different because Avengers and Man of Steel, they had different contexts building up to them, right? But Avengers came out in 2012, right? The box office, $1.5 billion. Man of Steel made $660 million. Like, so Avengers is making 2 times plus what Man of Steel is. Like, I get Avengers has more maybe star power to it, but it's Superman we're talking about. This is not just your average superhero. So I think DC is even looking at that, and that's probably why they cut the Snyderverse to begin with. Like, $600 million in that time for a Superman film is not that great. Like, it should do more than that. So, and that's my point. I think James Gunn is probably looking at that. He's like, well, like I said, if Top Gun can make $1.5 billion, why can we not do that with other films? So I think they just have to be good. I mean, like, Man of Steel is good to some people, but it's not across the board good. And I think that's the same with Wonder Woman 84. Wonder Woman 1, pretty much everyone loved it. So, that was great. But I think that's kind of what they're looking at. They're trying to get, like Brother Cousin said, a unified vision so they can, maybe it's not Avengers, right? But maybe they can get a unified thing where you start to feel that immersive universe where you're just not feeling that right now.
They can do it with Peacemaker if they have.
Yeah, I mean, because right now it feels like it's just a bunch of scattered ideas on a chalkboard, basically.
Exactly.
Like, and then and it's like a vague idea of a universe, and it's like, and it just kind of, it's not really feeling connected.
And I felt like they had that though. Like, they had a vision with Zack Snyder, and they were like, "Nah, we ain't doing this." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it was definitely their
like
it was some disgruntled feelings against Zack Snyder and what was his direction of films and where he was taking it, because, like I said, again, there were a lot of things that he wanted that they didn't really agree with. Even, to be quite honest, to be fair, even Henry Cavill himself said he didn't directly like direction that they took with Superman's character, making it so dark. He didn't want that dark of an actual character where he wasn't beloved at first. You know what I mean? It was a dark route that they basically took. But I understood Zack. I mean, again, it was Zack Snyder's his vision of the character. But it was definitely some noticeable differences, within the regime itself. My point is, I believe that it's not the performances. We're not looking at the actors. I'm not saying that the weight of the world resides on these actors, because it's always important to have a good director writing, and a sense of direction. Like we said, like a plan, a journey. They didn't have that. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. It's really ironic that they didn't have that. Whereas right now we see where there's some retooling in the very beginning stages of a new regime. Whereas phase 4 was extremely divisive. Might have had some bangers, but it had a lot of drops as well. Yeah. And now they're suffering the same thing that DC was being accused of almost. Yeah. You know what I mean? So again, it's a wild year for and here's the thing, is like a lot of that also, in a sense, has been contributing to this, what they want to call superhero fatigue. You know what I mean? Like, it is really, really starting to really take an effect. And I'm just hoping that they can kind of get things back. If you're wondering why I have this up, is because this is my Queen Studio Wonder Woman statue that is finally on its way, and it will be here next Tuesday. I'm so happy.
It was shipped? Hell yeah.
It was shipped, and I will basically do this. I'm so hype about this that I might even wrap this thing up, put it on the tree, and do an unboxing live on Christmas Day. Yeah, I'm thinking about
Don't wait till Christmas, bro. You gotta unbox it soon.
I know I want to, bro, but I mean, it's just so special, so I might do it on Christmas Day. We'll actually see.
Do you think by any chance, right?
Yes.
That this news that leaked out about Wonder Woman 3 not happening, right? could be some type of deep fake.
I
mean, so everybody loved Wonder Woman 1, right?
Mhm.
The first one. And then this last Wonder Woman is called 1984, right?
Mhm.
So was it really called Wonder Woman number 2? So maybe they're saying we're not doing number 3 because they haven't even got to 2 yet.
Well, possibly, like you talking about like a redo where they just say, you know what, we're going to scrap the idea of 84.
Well, they could have said like, okay, well, Wonder Woman 1984 went in the past, right? It was in the 80s. So they're not considering that as Wonder Woman number 2 because it was 1984.
It was 1984, so a different direction. And the simple fact that, okay, if we're going from 84, where we're going to go next? Considering the simple fact that was, I guess that was the thing that was really confusing slightly to me, because the last time we actually saw Wonder Woman during, Batman versus Superman,
it was like more recent.
It was more recent, and then we go back in time.
It was like
it just didn't really explain how she got to Europe. You know what I mean? How she, everything that there was a lot that needed to be explained, and that journey was kind of convoluted slightly. So again, my focus, and because I want to kind of dead this and kind of move on. Riley, what are your thoughts on this? Did you have any thoughts about it, bro?
Dude, I have some thoughts of, like, mainly I'm in agreement with mainly like casting personally. Like, I would say, like, for Gal Gadot to not be like the Wonder Woman in the next movies, I think that's just like a total miss in my opinion. I just think that they really shouldn't do that at all. Like, I understand when like Will brings up the point with Man of Steel and Henry Cavill. Yeah, the Man of Steel film, like, I would understand. Yeah, it didn't do well, and it that you can bring that up with like the directing or the writing. I don't know exactly, but in general, I think the main consensus is like Henry Cavill and like Gal Gadot. Like, these are like characters that are like the generation's like heroes. Like, I would, in my opinion, I don't really like it as much when like they kind of recast like so short. I mean, it's been a long time, but like it's been a long seeing them like thrive. Like, they haven't had that, or at least Henry Cavill, like,
chance. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Like, they haven't had that moment where like they can have like an end game type moment where they can solidify their legacy. Like, we don't need to see RDJ again. Obviously, like, that was it. We didn't need any more of that. But in my opinion, I think Henry Cavill is like the greatest Superman. Like, I want to see him actually like with a movie that does well with his acting. I think it can be that level of a movie, like an Endgame or Infinity War level, personally. So I just think that, like, for them to just recast people just to reboot the franchise, like, I personally just disagree with it. I think that they can totally reboot the DC and go a different way. But like you said, like, I don't think they should like change the actors or actresses, especially the ones that are really good. Like right here, Gal Gadot, like, she killed it. She killed the role. So I just think that for them to just get another actress would, personally, I just wouldn't agree with it. I think it's much better having the original ones. And like I said, like, I think that they still have like time to show us that they can really like thrive in a movie. I mean, the other ones, there's a little bit of controversy with them. Like, I think that if they're with the right directors or the right writers and they just have a solid film with these actors, like, I think it can just be an amazing movie. So I'm more so on, I don't really understand Wonder Woman, like, why they wouldn't do Wonder Woman 3 personally. I mean, I get that the second one didn't do as good, but the first one was, I mean, most people enjoyed it a lot. So I'm kind of shocked that if they get rid of Gal Gadot, I think that would just, like I said, especially her, like, I don't really understand her just not being in the next movies.
Last thing I'm gonna say is that they better get ahead of the curve on that. They better,
right.
Because if they don't, and this announcement came out today, there is going to be a shitstorm. Literally, I'm telling you, people are going to. I mean, literally, petitions. People are they're going to go against James Gunn. They're going to be like, nah, bro.
Right.
Nah.
And it's exactly what you said, Leo. Like, I don't get why would they show him in Black Adam and then just not do it anymore? Like, that doesn't really make sense
I don't
at all
think
to me.
Gonna, I don't think they're going to go that route. I think basically the new regime is to get rid of, either writers or directors that they basically didn't think fit the scheme of where they were going. Mind you, the script for Wonder Woman 3 was being worked on and developed even before the announcement that James Gunn was coming on board. So again, she might have thought that, okay, I'm done. Let's hear, this is what I'm thinking. They see it. They're like, yep, not going to work with our vision. And I mean, that's understandable, but I don't think that means getting rid of the actors, because again, my feelings are, they knew this, and even Gal Gadot probably knew this days ago. That's why, ironically, that post was put up 2 days ago, and then this announcement came out today. So I think that she knew that she probably had a discussion with Patty Jenkins and was like, look, what do I do? Patty was probably like, look, I'm not on board with this, but I think you should continue for everybody. Because you're the face of Wonder Woman. I think you should go. And I think that she wanted the blessing of Patty, just to feel that she didn't betray her trust. And that, again, it's going to go forward. This is what I believe. But we'll see. We'll wait and see. Everybody out there who knows how it's going to go. We just have to wait and see how it's going to go. Smash that like button. We got 137 people out there watching. So thank you for being on board. But I know what y'all came to talk about. Same thing I came to talk about. And that I want to actually address real quick before we jump into the meat of things. This is part of
it. Was Loki.
I ain't gonna talk about Loki. Talk about that enough. What we're gonna talk about right now, because I did see Cam do he did the booty watch the day I was watching that.
The booty watch, yeah. It's a great segment.
I did. I mean, not Cam, but brother Cousins. I saw our cousins. You did booty watch. I was watching that, and Cam, he just made the motion. But we're gonna talk about this figure. Okay, so.
Grail. God
damn. Grail.
Grail. Look at that.
Oh my God. Was released or revealed last night, which it was quite surprising that it was. I was like, it blew my mind. Riley was back on his due diligence of sending out messages to make sure that people were informed. So, Riley, I thank you very much for that. Here's my thing. People probably know how I feel about the show. I hated it. Not the character. I hated the direction that they took the show and what they did to her and how it ended. Started off strong, but then I don't know where they went. It was a shipwreck to me. But say what you will about it. I do still want to see that character in the MCU. I still want to see what they're going to do with her. This figure, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, is flawless. Like literally. Face and body, they did that well. The material of the suit, we just got to basically see where it's going to go. Now, I give them a pass on the wrist pegs because but even with the wrist pegs, it's still done in a way where it's almost damn near unsightly. If you look at it from a certain, perspective. The head sculpt, the hair on point. I mean, literally, it looks like I'm looking at Tatiana Maslany in a She-Hulk form. So they did that beautifully. This and the $300 price point that we get from Sideshow is not bad, especially for this, especially for a face and body. That is not bad at all.
I was shocked, actually. I thought it was
noticed that was Kevin right there.
I was actually
it was Kevin right.
There he is.
So I'm gonna start with Brudrow Cousins first. I said Brudrow. Brudrow Cousins first. Saw this figure. Your thoughts, bro?
Whew. Booty watch. Anyway, had to get that out. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not. Anyway, it's a beautiful piece. It really is. And the sculpted hair for a minute, I had to really look at it and be like, is that hair? It was like, is that rooted? Is it rooted hair? But no, they just did that great of a job with the sculpted hair. I think Hot Toys is second to none with that, with the sculpted hair. They are going in right now.
They're going ham right now. They're doing
an excellent job with it. The seamless body, amazing. Yeah. The best way to do it, the height proportion is right. You got her right there next to Daredevil. She looks amazing. When I looked at it, I was like, well, she could come with a few more accessories, but then I thought about it. This is the Hulk. I just unboxed the Hulk. The Hulk don't need much. And what we're getting with this, I mean, it's a good figure. I'm really digging it. I'm glad that the community seems to be digging it as well. The show was ridiculous. I mean, that's the best word I can say. But you know what? I was still entertained. But it was ridiculous. But this figure, as its own, as this piece, on its own, it's a good figure. It's really good. The likeness, that sculpt. If we get that, Grail. I mean, in my opinion, something I definitely want. Can't wait. I want them to fast track this. That's how bad I want it. So,
Yeah, like literally. I mean, I don't do this a lot for Marvel. People know that I don't, but I have to do this today specifically for my family.
Oh yeah, solo mount.
So,
Solo mount.
finally.
The time has come.
Finally.
Camera. Mean, green, and without a damn seam. Okay, I love it. I'm
Yeah,
super
there
excited
you go.
about this figure. The show, it had its moments. I thought it was pretty good here and there, but it had some goofy ass moments when she broke the third dimensional wall and was like climbing through shit at Disney Studios. It was crazy, but I'm super excited about this figure. I do not have any type of Hulk in my collection at all, and I feel like this is gonna be my first one because I'm gonna be able to afford it. I'm not sure how much he's going for right now, but
300.
300. Oh, I can do that. I can do that.
300.
She's not coming out probably for another 2 years, so I got time to save right now.
They're
baby.
saying
So
what they said September 2020, or did they say 2023?
now they.
I think
now
it's
they
early
wanna get off.
2024. Yeah.
Now they get
Oh, really?
bad.
2024.
Q1
okay.
24. Yeah.
Q1 2024.
Okay, all right.
That's
That's,
not
a
too
little
far.
bit.
Yeah. That's about a year, really.
Yeah. I am a little concerned about posing it though because I know there's some difficulty posing the Shuri figure.
Mhm.
As far as those arm joints, they would kind of like, you just really can't stress the joints though. But I think this is going to be a good one for everybody to add to the collection because who knows how we're going to see her in the next version. Might have a totally different suit, so might not never see this actual suit or outfit again. So we'll see.
Yeah, it definitely. Now the joints on this one, I just got a feeling. Like I said, I mean, I'm hoping that they go more on the lines of what they did with what was it, Hellboy, because that figure was sturdy.
Yeah,
and it held up. No matter how you pose it, it still had up. It looked good.
I thought it was gonna be egg sandwich. Egg sandwich knees, and I'm like,
yeah, right. But hopefully this holds up and it looks, and because it looks great. Well,
what's up, man?
Foxification, brother.
He's getting this.
Wild card. But I just want to know what you think about it, please. Come on, bro. This is She-Hulk, bro.
It's a dope. Not late, dude. The figure layout is awesome. The figure is really well done. And it surprised me because, Leo, I know you and I and others were joking about this. I was like, they're going to put this out with joints. They're going to put this out with, like, it's going to be small. Like, I was like, Hot Toys is going to be like, we don't give a shit about She-Hulk. Like, y'all are just going to get one, but you're going to like what you get. And I'm surprised that they actually gave their all on this one.
Yeah.
And they put a lot of effort, a brand new body. It's got to be. And then she's green. And it's like Cam said, seamless, basically. The wrists are kind of like a small thing. That's like, it's very minor, right? Most Hot Toys have that. The only other way to do that would have been to give her a fully seamless arm, but then you wouldn't have been able to articulate
swap
the
out
wrist
the hands at all. Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to swap out the hands. You can only swap out the arm. So that maybe they could, like, one day they could give you a set of those. Maybe like that could be something they consider in the future where like they give you a set of those and you could swap them on if you want.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Like I said, they should have done that with Gore, I felt like. Maybe not seamless, but a non-articulated pair that is set. Like you can't pose it. I think that would have been fine with this too. But this figure looks really good, man. This figure looks really good. That said, it is She-Hulk. So, I kind of view it the way, Leo, that I view like Morbius, for example. Like Morbius, really good looking figure. But the character, I haven't seen the film, but I've only heard stories. But She-Hulk I watched about 3 episodes of, and I just kind of gave up on it because I was like, I can't do this. I was like, it's too much. I'm just not into it, right? But nonetheless, the figure, they nailed it. I do think, not a major deal. I think this is inevitable. Like the hair, you're not going to really be able to move it much. You're not going to be able to move the head very frequently. She's probably barely going to turn her head at all. That's fine though. I think most people would sacrifice that for realistic. So, and if Hot Toys did this rooted, it probably wouldn't look very good. Let's be real. So I think this sculpted turned out pretty great, man. The body looks super accurate. This is real. And dude, I looked this up before I filmed my video. I was like, what does this come with? It comes with a phone and a stand. That's literally it, right? But that's literally all you need. For $300, man, we really can't complain about that. Because a figure this big, fully seamless, basically green, so got to be a brand new body. Like, dude, she doesn't really need that much. I'm glad that they kept the price down for this one, because if they threw in a bunch of accessories and made her like $375 or something, I think we'd be having a different conversation. I think we'd be like, this looks really good, but it's $375. At $300. In the world we live in now, that's a pretty good price. I mean,
that's definitely.
I will say though, Leo, like DX Vader is $330. I mean, you know, if you had to choose, I mean, but you know, for most people, like if you have the income to kind of get She-Hulk, also, I totally get it. It's just for me, I feel like I gotta love the character to buy it, right? So for me, I don't really care about She-Hulk, but I do recognize this is a really nice looking figure. So if you're getting it, Leia, like you said, for you know, comic love or something like that, or you just want to see where the character is gonna go, I totally get that. For me though, I would say like, you know, I like to follow the ideology of like, if you love the character. So if you don't love the character, I wouldn't get it just because the figure looks great. But Leo, I know you do love the character because you have the comic connection.
Oh yeah.
So that's different.
Like I said, I have the entire run. I mean, that's like I said, well connected to the actual character itself, even when she was first introduced. You know, I still have those. Again, I mean, with this and with most figures, even like I said, because I'm getting this and I'm also getting Morbius. I'm separating Morbius from the IP, from the film, the cinematic universe, and it's going to fit well with my collection, especially with my Spider-Man collection. So that's just mainly where I'm at. Like for instance, your love for Loki, right? Like just throw this out there. Your love for Loki. If Loki, say for instance, Loki was a shitty film and it was a shitty show, would you still get that figure?
It's very possible. It's very possible. Yeah, that's more than fair. Because like at the end of the day, it's about the character. So I mean. Maybe it would depend, because I might not even get TVA Loki. I'm still kind of undecided. And I love the show, but I just think it's like the figure is like pretty good. I like it, but I don't know if it's like the definitive Loki, right? I probably will, but I probably will. But the Avengers Loki, the Avengers Loki is the one that's the grail to me. But I will say, Leo, I get where you're coming from, man. Like I said, this figure wise, head sculpt is great. The tailoring, great. The body, great. Like they really knocked this figure out of the park, and I'm pretty surprised that they put this much effort into it, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Like
they killed it.
This. Before we get to Mr. Bombs, Riley, you know, now I want to preface it this way.
Let's hear it. Here we go. Okay. I know what you're gonna say already, but yeah, go on. I didn't know you're gonna say technically something with Spider. Yeah,
listen to me. Listen to me. At one point in the comics, Ben Grimm walked away from the Fantastic Four. She became a member of the Fantastic Four. Okay.
Oh, wow. Really?
So yes, she was a member, a very celebrated member of the Fantastic Four.
That's right. Okay.
At one point, she then left when Ben came back. Ben took a hiatus again. Who took that place? No, as a matter of fact, it was Johnny Storm that took a hiatus. Okay. Spider-Man became a member.
Spider-Man.
Yes. Okay. And there was basically a run in She-Hulk when both her and Peter Parker had a conversation. And they have actually been known to have not a relationship, but like they've been known to be friends and, you know, whatever.
Right.
She even at one point became an attorney for Peter. You know what I mean? So again, I'm just saying, Riley. There's a connection there, bro.
I'm gonna go to Sideshow and order this. Go to pre-order. All right, I got it on order. No, dude, don't even try it, Leo. I know you always do this, man. Hey, he tries to get me sucked in, man.
I have to
every time. But I'm kind of just in agreement with most people. It looks amazing. Like this figure, I agree with Will. Like I was shocked because it just looks like they just crafted this amazingly. Like I said, this is a really great prototype. I feel like this is definitely something we needed to see from Hot Toys, because I know a lot of people this past week, 2 weeks, and we're saying like, oh, just Hot Toys have been having miss after miss. So just to see a really solid prototype is really, really good, personally. Yeah. But to me, it's the same thing. Like I said, it's as much as they had that run in the comics, it's not enough for me, Leo. I'm sorry, man. It's not gonna be one that I get. Yeah. But it looks really good though. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, what?
Wait till you see her and Spidey's interaction in Secret Wars.
Okay. All right.
Wait till you see the Secret Wars, and you're probably
not wrong. And then when it's like a grail, I'm just gonna be like, damn.
So
sorry, man.
Mr. Mom, please take me home, bro. Like, come on, take me home in a good way, because you had 2 haters. No, I'm just playing.
2 haters.
Take me home, bro.
Mommy Green's coming home. So.
Oh, there we go. Mommy Green.
There you go, bro.
So,
there you go.
Yeah, I was surprised by the release. I was surprised. I mean, I had a feeling it was going to come. It pays off because when we saw the Daredevil announced first, you know, that's like a 2.0 repaint. So now it all makes sense. why Daredevil came first before She-Hulk, because they put their time into it. And as Riley said, it kind of takes a little bit of shade off of Doc Brown being an epic failure in some way. So they kind of say, here you go. You want something brand.
Was that me? I was like, did my internet?
Damn, I'm gone.
I got cut out. I was like, shit.
I know. I was like, my internet's out.
You stay there, bro?
Yeah, we're all still here.
Oh, okay.
I was making sure because you froze up a little bit.
Everyone else said
I thought it was my internet. I was like, shit went dead silent.
My internet go down.
Someone's freezing. But I was, it's a great figure. I mean, it's really, there's not one thing. If you said there's one thing you could change on it from what I'm seeing, there's not one thing I could change on it. I mean, the seamless body, you really can't even see the wrist joints on it, which they did a great job of doing that. It makes me almost wish now that they go back and retool Gore and give him this treatment, because it's like, if he did it, I mean, if I have to throw a little bit, that's the thing about Hot Toys, that it's okay to borrow from yourselves. Like, you did this, but then you gave us Gore, and it's like, come on, come on, give Gore a little treatment, give him a little love, give him a little She-Hulk love, and go back and retool that figure a little bit. But that is what it is. But sculpt on point again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sculpt's on point. I think the thing's great, and I'll cut it there just in case I freeze again.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I keep thinking my internet's going down.
Yeah,
it keeps happening, bro.
Yeah. I mean, you were sounding like Max Headroom for a second, but you came back in, man. Listen, I have nothing bad to say about this piece, bro. The show, I mean, I already put it out there. I didn't like it. But that doesn't mean because the comic, what made it up for me was the comic run. The current comic run especially is incredible. And to have this figure and it looks exactly like she looks in the comics, bro. I am so excited about this figure, and I'm glad they did it the way they did it. I just wanted to put this here real quick because I know Brother Cousins needed.
I wonder where he's looking. I wonder
to do this. Brother Cousins, this is good enough for you, bro?
Oh, that's perfect.
That's perfect. So we got the booty watch. You wanted us to give you the boot. That's the booty watch. So there's the booty watch for y'all.
Get that filth out my house.
Right. But no, when we talk about the accessories, especially, we know she has purrs like they're doing with the eye rolling technology. We have that. So it's not a DX. It's just that I think they're just pretty soon, honestly. And I'm just putting this out there. I have a strange feeling, bro, that they're going to do away with DXs soon. Like literally. Because they're giving this technology to a lot of figures, bro. Like literally, they're leaning that
aspect
way.
of the DX is going to go away. And if you remember, DXs went away for a matter of years,
time, bro. Yeah,
and then they came back. They came back. I think they came back with DX. What was it? DX16, DX17, Darth Maul.
Definitely, man. So again, the accessories, we got the phone, we got the stand, and we got the sneakers. I know Brother Cousins hates that, but and an assortment of hands. But all in all, this piece looks incredible. Everybody out there who people were watching, we got 147 people out there. Let me know what you actually think. But if this is a figure that you are going to get and you want to see in your collection, let a brother know, man. Let us know. I want to know what you basically think, what you gonna do about this. Before we basically move forward, I forgot to talk about this in the very beginning. Again, we are moving forward still with the Christmas initiative. All super chats proceeds that we actually get, so that even means all super chats that we are getting tonight are going towards such an amazing cause, and that's just to make sure that kids we'll be able to celebrate Christmas and have such a good time. So all proceeds are going towards that. That means any type of super chat that you donate goes towards making sure that the kid has a toy, and families can enjoy Christmas. So thank you very much. That is going on. All these initiatives, man, I've started with Halloween, Thanksgiving, ending out with Christmas, New Year's. I ain't helping y'all get drunk, so stop playing. Any proceeds, and it's not going towards getting people, drunk and stuff like that. Nope. But so thank you very much for that. next up, I just want to address a couple things here. We got a $1.99 super chat by you know what that is, Carlos.
That hurts.
I'll rather get Reva than She-Hulk. Yeah, right. We already know that.
God,
That's saying something.
You
bro.
know,
there you go.
yeah, right. Yeah. We'll see. We'll definitely see. But anyway, I want to kind of bring up this next topic because, and we're going to bring this up with a whole bunch of figures. You know, I didn't go into all the other figures yet because I want to just kind of preference this a certain way. We talked about this storm. You know, we were in the eye of the storm. This is basically what we're seeing right now. What's to come? So we've been talking about that. This ain't just a storm, bro. Literally, this is a shit storm. Like, literally, that's what this is right now. It is literally a shit storm. And that's how I want to kind of preference this. A shit ass storm for so many different reasons, bro. So many different reasons. One is because I do not want to hear this excuse anymore. I don't. I am over this pandemic excuse, lockdown excuse. Especially when you have this many figures that are coming out of the warehouse. That means that they have been sitting on these figures for a long period of time and just decided that now they're just going to dump all this shit on everybody during the month of Christmas when people already can't afford half the gifts that they're getting for people. And now they have to do this. Now, I preface this by saying that everybody was warned. We warned you. We have been warning y'all technically since when, Will? Like July, August? Like we've been warning everybody that this shit was going to basically happen. We've been telling y'all, giving y'all options of whether or not y'all wanted to select payment plans, you know, to put money aside and this, that, and the third. We have been warning people that this was coming. The problem is we didn't know how severe this shit was going to be.
No one.
It has been severe, like literally severe. So let's go down this list really, really quick. I just want to kind of go down this. Like last week, we had how many figures that dropped? How many?
5.
Like literally
5.
So we had 5 figures that dropped by the end of the week, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
5 figures that dropped
I'm not sure.
by the end of the week. Between Monday and today, which is Wednesday, right? How many figures have we had dropped this week, bro?
3, 4
This week,
Doc
4?
Brown.
Doc
Right?
Brown? Yeah.
People have gotten their notification about what? Batman and Robin.
Oh, yeah. If you're counting those.
People have also gotten their notifications about Batman Begins. People have already got their notifications about Hunter. Mind you, they have taken both both Hunter and Batman Begins. Yeah, they got me. Now, what was the last release we got last night or this morning?
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Grail.
how many releases total are, right now planned.
I wasn't counting, like 6.
That's
7?
6. And it's only Wednesday, bro.
It's gone.
There's
Let's
only
not talk
Wednesday.
about last week. Last week was like 4. Hydra Stomper, Axe Wolf.
Yes.
And Hydra Stomper's expensive one too. Yeah.
Exactly. And that is basically, bro, we're talking about this right now. Like literally, it is only midweek. That means there are more to come. Now, I want to talk about the one that was readily released that has basically been controversial amongst the community because I've been hearing talks about this thing. Plain and simple. We've been hearing these conversations. I know people had some feelings. It's not a figure, I'll tell you right off the back, not something that I'm going to have in my collection because, again, I'm not really connected to it like everybody else is. But let's talk about this Doc Brown. We're going to talk about this first, okay? Now, mind you, this is something that has been, and it's mainly, why I'm glad I selected this photo is because of the simple fact that people have been saying that, mind you, I haven't paid close attention to it, but I heard some complaints like, yo, the figure looks too young. They said that it doesn't represent the prototype that we got in those unsightly glasses marks in his hair. Like you can see those spaces for his glasses. The aficionado here right now, the person I can talk to about this because he's also getting a DeLorean and he already has a display ready. Brother Cousin, What you think about this piece, bro? Is this something that you're going to get in your collection? Is already on its way?
It is already on its way from Sideshow, signed, sealed, and delivered. It should be delivered on Monday. So, and honestly, I'm excited. I'm excited. I will say, for those saying that this was not what we looked at in the prototype, I don't know what they're saying, because this, I think, is pretty much the prototype, exactly what they're going to get, exactly what they were showing to us. Is what we got. And I said that last week on Anthony's stream last Saturday. I was like, anybody that was expecting to get a different head sculpt or updated head sculpt with the paint applications and stuff, you're mistaken, because you're not really paying attention to what Hot Toys has been doing this year. It's been a lot of reused parts. It's been a lot of reused figures. I mean, I brought up, I know a lot of people love this figure, but I bring up Black Boba Fett, Arena Boba. Even though Arena Boba is a great figure, at the end of the day, it is a Black Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. That's with a new accessory. Easy to produce, easy to put out. They gave us limited quantity. People went crazy for it. Understood. Axe Wolves. They just gave us Axe Wolves. You look at that. That's another reused, rehashed figure. You know, just kid bashed figure that they put out for us. And you look at this, it's the same release that we got of Doc Brown from the Back to the Future 2 version. The same body, same head sculpts. They just gave us the jumps. They gave us the hazmat suit. They gave us all the accessories. I think what a lot of people in the community are upset about more than anything, and I would agree, and I understand why they're upset, and as they should be. The slits for the glasses, those slits were that you see right there on the head sculpt. Those were for the glasses that go for the Back to the Future 2 version of Doc Brown. This accessory doesn't even come with this version. If they were going to use the same head sculpt, cool, fine. They just could have used some putty or something to cover up those slits right there, because it's kind of disrespectful that they didn't. You know, it's like it's the completely same. Pretty much they gave you the same thing from the first release and just threw it in a box and was like, here you go. They totally just played on the thirst for a Back to the Future figure and for a Doc Brown figure, because they know for a lot of people it's out, the old ones are out of reach. So they gave us this knowing that people would be thirsty for it, and they would take whatever they would give us. And I think right there is the problem. That's kind of disrespectful. It's like, come on, you owe us a little better than that. With that being said, there's a lot of good stuff about this. Figure. The accessories, that tool belt looks phenomenal. I know it's leather. Hopefully that it'll hold up it'll hold up over the years. But a lot of leather goods that are developed today, they actually hold up better than the ones of old. So I don't think we have anything to worry about that. The suit itself looks great. The hazmat suit looks great. The accessories look great. Now, there is one accessory that pissed a lot of people off. And even when I did my initial reaction review, I didn't know this one component of this accessory, and that is the plutonium case. The plutonium case is hard cardboard. Looks good, but it's cardboard. They could not give us plastic. It's just another, it's kind of like just another kick in the face. It's like, come on. It's like, okay, you give us the same head sculpt. Okay, got it. You give us the same body, no double joints or anything like that. Okay, that makes sense, because Doc didn't do any Spider-Man poses. Okay. But then we look at the accessories. The accessories look good, but then we find out one accessory that we actually paid $20 extra for is made of cardboard. Yet again, another kick in the face. Looks good, but fucking cardboard. Like, come on, like totally disrespectful. And I think that's what has a lot of people pissed off. Not really the figure itself, it's just the lack of ingenuity, the lack of, of give a fuck that they gave with this figure. They knew a lot of people wanted it, so they just threw it in a box and gave it to us in the way that they could. And with that being said, I still think it looks good. When you put it in your cabinet, if you're a Back to the Future fan, you're going to love it. It's still going to look good. But I think we, at this point, a lot of us this year are looking for innovation. I think that's the key word for this year, especially when you have companies like NR just like knocking it out the box. But we got to remember, this is something from 2021. This is before NR was on the scene like that. So they're trying to play catch up, and they're cutting corners all around. And I'm fine with them cutting corners. It's just when you cut corners, like, you know, giving us a head sculpt that we had before, okay, but then leaving a functionality for an accessory that doesn't even come with it, it's just lazy. And I think collectors have a right to be upset about it. They do. But with that being said, I also think collectors have to look at this realistically and look at what they've been doing. Look at all the historical data from all this year. It's been a lot of reused parts. It's been a lot of hodgepodge stuff. It's been a lot of cutting corners just to play catch up. Hopefully, I'm hoping once they catch up, we'll start to see that innovation. We'll start to see them go back to it and really putting in the work into these figures, because competition is coming. It's not here yet, but it is coming around the corner. Some people feel that they won't. They'll just you know, throw stuff out and we'll eat it up. And like me, I mean, you know, we talked about being hypocrites. I can't deny this. I'm still excited for this, even with all that's negative said. I'm still excited for this. I am. And I still think I'm going to love it. I think I'm going to have fun with it. But in the back of my mind, I do feel like I'm being played, you know, because cardboard, you know what I'm saying? Because lack of, you know, the lack of, you know, updating the paint sculpts. And one other negative about this that's really upsetting. If you look at the Marty figure and you look at the Doc Brown figure, this figure originally came out 2018. So that's a 2018 paint application. When you look at Marty, you can see this updated paint on Marty. So that's where it's kind of like, you guys if you just could have gave a little bit more attention to detail and just could have gave a little bit more of a fuck, we would have had something phenomenal. And this still looks phenomenal. And they know that. That's the thing that I think that's upsetting collectors. They know that this is good enough and collectors are going to buy it. Because right now, and I said this on my video earlier this week, try to find a Back to the Future 1/6 scale figure right now that looks this good. You're not. This is the best Back to the Future figures on the planet right now. But that's right now. If somebody else is going to pick up the ball and give us something better, we'll see. But it's not right now. So that's that. Sorry for being long with it.
Hey, I was definitely a drop the mic moment, and no, Cam, I'm not gonna make you go after that.
Will go next. Make Will go next, so he know how I feel.
Yeah, I'm gonna make Will. Yeah, Will. So definitely, let's go to Will.
What's up,
bro? Now, Will, was this a figure that you were going to actually pick up? Like, were you going to pick up Doc Brown, or were you going to get the DeLorean as well? Like, you know, what's your thoughts, bro?
I will say, Lel, first thing, I think Riley's face is covered. So
Shit on his face.
he doesn't look as beautiful as he usually does.
He's got shit on his face.
So other than that, though, Lel, like I could see Riley moving down there, but I could only see like his arms and shit.
What's up?
I thought that was me glitching out again.
I know, like I thought it was funny. That's all.
He was doing some conversation.
Riley was doing some shit behind the scenes. No one could tell what he was doing, but I knew. So, guys, as far as Doc Brown, Leia, this was not going to be a figure that I was probably ever going to get. I've only actually seen the first Back to the Future film. I really liked it a lot, actually. And I haven't seen the other ones. I'm not going to say I dislike it. I like it a lot, Brother Cousin. I liked it. I thought it was great. But I haven't watched the other ones yet. So I will at some point. I've had a lot of people tell me that I should, and I will. So, but the first one was really good. Really liked it a lot. I don't know if I love it enough to buy collectibles from it. However, I do recognize some of the issues with this figure, right? One of them being, like Jay was saying, the holes in the head. Like, you know, that I get where you guys are coming from on that one. That does kind of scream a little laziness. I mean, no doubt about it. I mean, it's kind of like, if you're going to reuse the head sculpt, at least take the time to try to fix that, especially considering it doesn't come with the glasses. If it came with the glasses, then maybe sure, you can still make it work somehow. But since it doesn't, it's kind of like now he just has holes in his head. So I guess you can paint over it or fill it or whatever, but like that shouldn't be necessary for a figure like this. That said, the cardboard thing, see, I can't really remember the last time I had an accessory from Hot Toys that was made out of cardboard. However, it looks great. I mean, like when I look at it, I'm just kind of like, you know what? I probably would have never known it was cardboard. Like, you know,
Yes.
like if they didn't say that in the description, when I look at it on a display, that looks pretty damn
Bro, it looks
good.
die-cast, bro.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah, I
like
had
so
no
that might
idea.
be the highest quality cardboard you could possibly find.
You're saying
in the
that
world.
whole plutonium case is cardboard.
Supposedly it's a stiff, hard cardboard, and then some of it's plastic. Not all of it's cardboard. But
Yeah, I
some.
believe like the walls of it is like
The walls
same
are cardboard, and then the rest.
Yeah,
is
it's like the same
plastic.
cardboard that they used for the Spider-Man, the classic suit Spider-Man, the wall diorama.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Yeah. So and I will say, Jay, like I think it looks pretty good. I mean, whether it's actual cardboard or not, like I do think the accessory looks pretty damn good. Again, I'm not the biggest Back to the Future aficionado, but I can look at that and be like, that looks pretty good. I mean, like, do I wish it were all plastic? Yeah, but at the end of the day, like if they have to cut a corner and it still looks amazing, at the end of the day, like, you know, it still looks pretty good. So you know, if I was a huge Back to the Future aficionado and fan, maybe I could be a little more upset about it. But I do feel like as long as the end of the day is it looks good and it's not going to deteriorate anytime soon, then for sure, I think if they got to cut a corner, that might be one that they might as well cut. So I think the neck looks a little bit long. Something with the neck is a little bit funky. When you watch the Sideshow first look video, like you can see the neck seam almost like they had to pull the shirt up a little bit, like you could see his neck, like it's almost like too long, like like the neck needs to be shorter and go down more into the body or something.
Yeah, the
like
old one had that same problem.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, Jay. And I was like, okay, but the rest of the figure, the head sculpt looks a little soft to me. Like it looks very flat, and that's kind of one of the things that I'm looking at with it. It's a reused head sculpt. Yes, they could have updated the paint apps considering they did that with Marty. So I think maybe they're just overwhelmed. Again, maybe we're making excuses for Hot Toys, but you know, clear. I think this streaming thing, I'm actually happy that Marvel and Disney are going to be changing their approach a little bit, because I think for one, that means good things for us as collectors. We're going to get less content, but I think better content. And then Hot Toys can keep up and deliver more quality because they have less characters they're trying to produce. So I think that would be a good thing for all of us. And then that could maybe mean they could dedicate a little more time to Doc Brown and fill the holes in his head. You know, I think that could be something that I think could be positive, but the rest of the figure looks pretty solid. I just think the head, like it's soft. It's a little soft. I mean, I think at the end of the day, if you need Back to the Future, I think this would be a good, it'll be fine, but it's definitely not perfect. And you're right, Jay. Like I think we've got, and Riley brought this up and he was right about this. Like, I think we've kind of gotten to the mindset. I think we've all done this where we expect a prototype to improve, and 95% of the time it goes the opposite direction. So like there's very rare cases like Wasp or Ray or Killmonger or whatever, like where it improves, right? Like, or maybe they showed a blurred image to start and then it got really good. Like when Wu improved, right? I think the only time that really happens, Leo, is when people get mad enough to say something about it. Like remember when Captain America Endgame, they first put it up and it was the old Age of Ultron head sculpt and everyone was like, oh my God. And then they made a new head sculpt. So that's unless that happens, I don't think you should expect it to get better. Like when Wu, maybe that was happening, but it just didn't happen as much in the States. Maybe it happened more overseas. And because there were some people that were mad about that head sculpt, the original one. And then they updated it and it's Tony Leung. So like you want to get it right. So you know, so overall, Leo, I do think it's a decent looking figure, but it definitely has some flaws, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. Again, it's not for me, not one that I have to worry about because it's not going to be in my collection, but I can understand and see it from another collector. If you're buying something, and especially something as nostalgic as, you know, Back to the Future, you know, then especially if you're paying for it, you want a level of perfection. You want things to be at least better and not feel rushed. Sure. So I definitely get it. Cam, is this something that you're gonna get in your collection, man? I'm not gonna solo you, but you know,
no, definitely not. There is like a childhood reminiscence of watching all three of the films. So for me, like, I mean, it looks really good. I never noticed how many layers Marty McFly actually wears, and it's crazy. So honestly, I think the figure looks really, really good though. I know there is like attention to detail that a lot of people are saying about the head sculpt, like Will was repeating on here, but for me, definitely something I probably wouldn't add to my collection, but it looks great to look at for sure though.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Real quick before I move on to you, Riley, Mr. Moms. We got a couple of super chats here. We got from my man, Marija Deslan. Wait a minute.
That's a tough one.
Deslan. That's New Zealand. So thank you very much, man, for the $5 super chat. Do appreciate that. Or a super sticker. Thank you very much for that. We also got a super chat by Ed Reneur, $4.99 super chat. I have a problem with the storm. I have $215 in sideshow rewards. What should I buy? Nightmare 2-pack, Hydra Stomper 2-pack, Mando Luke only collecting.
Mando Luke.
So what should I buy? Nightmare 2-pack, Hydra Stomper 2-pack. Mando Luke. Yeah, Mando Luke. Nightmare Batman's a good one.
The Nightmare is nice, yeah, but
I'm gonna
you gotta
Mando Luke.
have that legacy character. It depends which franchise you really like more, honestly.
Yeah, because Leo, I think you're gonna say Nightmare, aren't you? I know you said that was a great.
I know he likes that one. Yeah,
I love that one, but I wasn't going to say that.
Oh wow, the Hydra
Stomper.
The Hydra.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. I knew it was between those two.
Hydra Stomper, definitely. Mando Luke. I mean, it's going to be there, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's whatever choice you make is going to be a good one. But
not choosing Star Wars?
Here's the thing. If I would say if you have $215 in rewards points, it would be more sensible to get it to where it's effective. With the Hydra Stomper, I don't think it's effective because of how much it costs.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get Mando Luke, definitely it's you're gonna see the effects of that $215. Even buying a Nightmare Batman, the Nightmare 2-pack, as much as I love that, it would be smarter to go with Mando Luke because it would be more effective, to be quite honest. So that's just mainly my opinion, to put that out there. So I don't know, just we got El Profesoro in here as well. Let's see here. He says, you see here, the plutonium carbon box is straight up a sin against humanity. Shame on you, Hot Toys. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that definitely is. We got a $2 super chat by Jason Himmelwright. Should Hot Toys cancel low demand pre-orders? That's well, it's hard to gauge that because what's low demand in their market may be high somewhere else. It's just hard to really determine. Like I really don't know. Like that's a question that's kind of hard. It's a hard question to answer. So I don't know. But yeah, good one though. Real quick, Mr. Mom, is this something that you're thinking about picking up? Are you getting this in a DeLorean? Because I think didn't you say you had a space at DeLorean, or was that for the Ecto 1?
He's ready. He's ready for it. Yep.
Yeah, the Doc Brown's coming. He's being delivered Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm getting this.
Go.
Yeah, listen, it's one of those things where I'm trying to talk slow so I don't freeze up the chat. So I'll take it nice and easy. But listen,
nice and slow.
It's one of those things that bothers me. Like if this was an Iron Man figure, like the Mark, what was it, the 50 or 85 or whatever it was, guarantee this head sculpt be changed if there was enough demand. It's just, it's not, it bothers me because, as I say to you all the time, I think I said to you in one of your chats before, this is one of my 4 pillars of my childhood, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, 89 Batman, and RoboCop. And, I just feel like those properties, because they're one-off properties in a way, maybe not Batman or but like RoboCop also, it's a one-off property, so not enough love put into it. That's just, there wasn't enough love put into it. And not for nothing, it's 14 months from announcement to release. 14 months. And yes, everything I'm going to say is completely hypocritical because I said I'm getting the figure, so it's only but to my point, how he's sitting home laughing, counting his money because he's sitting back there smiling, saying, "Hey, you guys are complaining about it, but are you buying it at the end of the day?" Well, yeah, I am. All right, well, shut your mouth and take the figure. That's kind of like how I feel sometimes. The sculpt, yeah, and everything I'm going to say, you could argue and say, well, it was like that from day one. 100% correct. I probably thought that maybe Hot Toys would do a Hail Mary and alter it towards the end as a surprise, but it is what it is. The slits in the, I wish, until someone does a side-by-side review of this and the Back to the Future 2 figure, I don't personally think it is directly the same head sculpt popped off and put on, because I saw some photos on Facebook where the one from Back to the Future 2 had whiter eyebrows, whiter hair, and he looked like he went through that, because in the second movie, he went to the rejuvenation clinic and he looked younger. To Will's credit, I do think that they did paint this. It looks lighter, looks softer. The skin tones look softer. And it's also, it opens up, if you want to be technical, a continuity error because he should be about 75 years old. You know, he looks 30 years younger here. So it does open up that kind of issue for me, being a Back to the Future fan. But to everyone else's credit, where else are you going to find this figure? So yeah, as I just said, it's coming home Wednesday. That's the problem. And, you know, people make that comment, well, we should speak with our wallets. Speak with our wallets. If we don't like something, well, I spoke with my wallet. I bought the figure. That's just what it is, you know. I'm buying the DeLorean. I got Marty already. I'm not happy about it, but once again, I spoke with my wallet and I bought it. You know, that's just what it is. You know, the sculpt, I really wish they did a different expression. Once again, they announced it 14 months ago. All the, you know, where were my comments then? I probably would have said the same thing if I was on a stream. It bothers me from a photography standpoint because, you know, I do a lot of figure photography now and everything, and I'm really dying to get these two and photograph them. And until I get my Hot Toys DeLorean, I have a 1/8 scale DeLorean, which I was going to try to pose it in the sense of do some trick photography to get it all to look right, you know, kind of do some shots from part one. That expression is just so bland that it really limits you in terms of how you pose the figure. A lot of that scene when he was talking to Marty about the DeLorean, he was in a neutral expression the whole time. And yes, he had a shocked face when it went back in time and then came back with Einstein. He had a shocked expression on him, you know, so yes, it is there. But from a photography also point, like you see these shots like right there, that's not the face he had. He had a neutral pose the whole time when he was explaining the time circuits and stuff. So I'm being very anal about this. Once again, I'm buying the figure. I sound like someone who's not getting it, but I am. It's just, you know, and you know, the plutonium thing, it doesn't bother me. I do feel for people that have maybe issues depending on where you live with the cardboard, potentially, you know, with if heat and moisture and things like that and buckling. I really hope they reinforce the hell out of it. So that from that point of view, for me, it doesn't bother me because it's going to sit on the shelf and just, it's not something I'm going to be interacting with as much. So it's going to be sitting there either closed or open. I don't know. So that doesn't bother me as much, but I do feel for those who will display it that I hope that cardboard doesn't buckle under certain environmental conditions. So I can understand that point of view. And it does kind of suck that you ponied up $20 extra for deluxe, where it almost makes me feel like I should just save the $20 and just got a regular, you know, the regular, because a lot of people may not display it because of the cardboard. I don't know, but you paid extra for a cardboard accessory. So I can understand that. But I day one pre-ordered it because it's Back to the Future. That's my thing. So I just, you know, like RoboCop, you know, the RoboCop's a one-off also property IP. I hope they treat that justice. It looks fantastic in the promos. I have nothing argument. I just hope they do it justice, you know, same way.
Yeah. Right now, I hope they do that bad.
It will. I can't believe you never saw part 2. I really
I know.
I'm really.
That's bad, Will. That's pretty bad.
I know, brother.
Like, I wish you could bump him to the bottom of the panel just for that.
Well, Riley's probably never seen any of them. So.
Bro, I'm 19 and I've seen all of them. Come on,
look at that.
Come on,
no excuse.
No excuse.
I'm trying to think of a valid excuse for that. I just can't come up with
So,
it.
You know how long it took Riley to see Lord of the Rings? It took him so long. Like,
it was all right. I liked it. Yeah,
yeah, it was good.
Riley, are you getting it?
Hell no.
See?
No. I'm probably not gonna get it. There was one point where I did want to get it, honestly, but the problem is that, like, when this got announced, I think a year ago, I was like, dude, this is really cool. Like, I like the movie a lot. It's not like one of my favorites, but it's like, it's a classic for me. I really like it. But I just think that now with Hot Toys and how much just figures we have, it's gonna be one of those ones where it's just like, this whole line is expensive. I mean, if you're talking the car, like, this is like a grand higher than that. It's gonna be like a lot of money. So for me, it's gonna be one of those where I'm like, it's not at that level for me to pick up the figure. But end of the day, I mean, I think Mr. Mom really had a good point with the sculpt. I think that it's strange how they really, like, just weakened it. I mean, maybe it's just the time being, like people said, with the pandemic and they're rushing figures out. But, like, you look at old sculpts, like you look at Krennic, you look at Dooku, and you look at this as an old sculpt, like, this is not even in comparison to those. Like, it's pretty, like, crazy to believe. So I think he has a good point, which kind of sucks, is that I guess they just didn't really care. Like, they just thought, like, this didn't have enough orders. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but they're just like, you know what? We have to rush this out. I mean, it's kind of weird because this was slated later, but they released it earlier. So, like, why didn't they just wait? I mean, the slate for it was I think 2023, somewhere around there, but they pushed it early. So
Q2.
Right, Q1 or Q2. So it's weird how they're just like, okay, let's just release it early and not do as good a job on the sculpt. I don't know. But end of the day, I mean, the plutonium case for me, I'm in full agreement with Will. I said this as soon as I saw it. Like, I know there's collectors who, yeah, the quality, like it's a problem for them, which I totally understand. But for me, if it looks exactly like it does, like it just looks like, to me, it just looks exactly like it from the movie. So I have no issues. I have is like when they use like certain stuff like the cardboard backdrops and it looks very grainy and like you can notice it looks very bad, like quality. That's when I usually I'm like, okay, they could have done better. But when it looks like just like it from the film or something, to me, I really don't mind. Even if it is a franchise I love, like if No Way Home had that, and it looks exactly like it did in the film, I really don't care. But I totally understand why people would, because it is, like people said, premiumly priced. So you kind of have to expect premium quality. But again, I think that it is unfortunate that this didn't really turn out as good as it could have been. But like I said, I guess they were just rushing figures out. And it's kind of crazy because it's almost in a way you don't really want to see releases right now, because it seems like with recent releases, there's just been a lot of like mediocrity right now. Like there's been a lot of like very controversial 7s, 8, 7.5, maybe 6s. So like when we're seeing releases coming out like crazy, you're kind of like, oh, I'm kind of worried with seeing those final product photos. I wonder how they're going to look right now, because it just seems like right now Hot Toys are just slowing down on everything and kind of rushing stuff out, not spending as much time on the details. But end of the day, yeah, I'm not going to pick up this line particularly. It's just there's too many figures on the slate now. This one's just going to have to
too many things that are actually coming out of pipeline that you know. And again, listen, I wasn't going to get this in hand myself, but you know, for those who are, you know, hopefully once they get it in hand, it's going to look good.
Right.
My major concern right now is that Batman Begins. They better not fuck that up,
dude. I'm thinking it's I don't know, man. I'm worried about that.
They better not fuck that up. Like literally, I hope they don't. Like you know, the next, again, we're going to kind of shoot through this because the interest in you know, for the interest of time. The other figure that was actually just released last night, you know, where I want to go into, I'm just going to the ones that we actually have pictures for right now. Definitely not one that I'm getting. I'm just going to preface it right
day
there.
One.
I'm not. I'm definitely not getting this figure. It was never on my radar. Wasn't something that I was going to get. So yeah, I'm out of this. I'm gonna start with you, Mrs. Mom. Is this something that you actually get in your collection, man? It's strange.
I mean, hard pass is even a nice way of saying hard pass.
Yeah.
I mean, it screams cash grab. The fact that, you know, this is from a deleted scene that we never even technically saw, like, you know, from a movie, so you don't even know what it looked like. Final stages. You saw like screenshots from like, I was watching, there's like a documentary out of like the making of or some behind the scenes, and you saw like him wearing the upper. I saw the image of him wearing like the upper chest plate, you know, and like describing the scene that never actually was filmed or so. It's just cash grab. I mean, you're just using reused parts and stuff like that. So, and for 400, what is it, like 400, 420, 430, whatever it is, it's just definitely this falls into the what's it, the Deadpool, harmonized Deadpool. We talked about that a few weeks ago. I lumped this in the same thing, just one of those figures that at this point just get it out and let it sit. I just hope it's low batch, and you know, you'll see these on buy one get one probably next year.
Yeah, and this was coming from my least favorite suit as well. And on top of that, they didn't even give it an actual helmet, and that's the crazy part, because there is a picture of the helmet and how it looked, and they didn't actually give it. You know, they didn't give him this actual version. Cam, is this something that you're gonna see in your collection, bro?
Hell no, I ain't. Like Mr. Mom said, it's a cash grab, 100%. And like, why the hell would he put the suit on and then not wear a helmet? The face is probably the most important thing you want to protect.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Well, did you see the scene that it's supposed to be from, though? Like the deleted scene of why he's wearing it? It was when he was being tortured. And that's a funny thing. It says in Avengers Endgame, it's supposed to be from Infinity War, when he's on a ship and he gets captured and he's being tortured, and Tony and them are upstairs. He throws the suit on him to protect him. And that's what it is. And then Doctor Strange's cape actually attaches to Tony and levitates him down, and then that battle sequence was supposed to be extended, and that's why he's got the suit on him. It was supposed to protect him from when he was being tortured for the stone.
Damn. I'm so glad they deleted it. I'm so glad they deleted that scene, because it would have been so dumb.
Because like, I mean, even when you think about the concept of him putting on the suit, right, for the very first time, how the hell he know how to wear it? Or how's he know how to
Yeah.
operate it? He's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah. The mystic arts taught me how to use nanotech.
The mystic arts.
That's actually a second minor course that I took while being
Yeah.
Wait, all right.
So glad that they passed on that
Yeah,
scene.
right.
And like I said, I just was not a fan of the suit, that at all. You know what I mean? But brother cousins, is this something that you get in your collection, bro?
Oh my God. I was giving second brother hell about this because he's buying it. It's already paid off. He was like, yo, I can't wait to get it. I'm like, you can't wait to get that? I'm like, I mean, look, for anybody that wants it, don't let us poo-poo on it. But it's a cash grab, a pure cash grab. And the fact that this was from Infinity War and that they labeled it Endgame just shows you how much care they give about it. And they really want that Endgame line to not die. I'm telling y'all, it's only a matter of time before we get reissues of the 2012 Avengers 2.0.
Yeah.
And it's going to say Endgame. I'm telling you, they're going to do that. They're definitely going to do that. But with this figure, once again, reused parts, another reused figure that we're getting this year. Easy cash grab. Well, I guess it's not easy to put the Aya Agamotto in there. They had to change that torso up and everything. But yeah, it's a bunch of reused parts. It's a no. It's a no. Completely no. I don't. Why?
Yeah.
Don't waste the money. Don't. If anybody's thinking to get it, don't waste the money. It's so much stuff coming out. Don't let them fool you with this stuff. I'm telling you, don't. Just wait, because it's going to be something, because you'll end up buying this, and then next week Mando Luke will be out, and then you're like, oh my God, I need to find funds for that. Why did I get so hold your money, get what you really want, and really be careful around these times, because it's hard. It's they're dropping so much stuff left and right. And I know a lot of this stuff I'm sorry, Latoya.
No, she said it's disrespectful towards, like, this suit is disrespectful towards Iron Man.
It is.
I mean, I'm not towards Strange, because she's a Doctor Strange fan and she can't stand this suit.
Man. Yeah.
That is definitely no. Will, I know, but here's the thing. I it's funny because I saw this on Will's pre-order list.
Yeah, it was the first one.
What?
It was the number one most anticipated. Nah, Leo, bro, like it's. I think when this came out, Leo, I think we were harsher on it probably than even we are being now. I think when it came out, when it was originally announced, we were just like, what the hell is this shit?
We were really bad on this thing.
Yeah, because we were just had less of a filter then, but I think at this point it's just kind of like, it
just becomes
they clearly I joke about it, Leo, but I clearly think they had a ton of Mark 50s somewhere. Maybe Sideshow was like, you know what? We have a lot of Mark 50s. We're going to send them back to you, and then you can make something out of it. And they were like, all right, cool, we'll make this Iron Strange. But yeah, Ryan is right. Technically, it's really Infinity War, but they were just like, we'll just give it an end game tag and call it a day, right? But Leo, it's just, you take an already kind of polarizing suit, I guess you could say. I love the Mark 50 because of what it does, and I kind of liked how it looked, and I loved Infinity War, so I liked it. But not everyone loves the Mark 50. It's not like the Mark 3 or the 7 or the 85 that everyone pretty much loves, right? It's not quite that. So
the 85 is the truth.
Yeah, and like the 50, yeah. I've heard a lot of people kind of say it looks kind of like Power Ranger-ish. Like I've heard that. Like I've heard other things similar to that. So, you take that and then you have a Strange, and it's like, this, like Ryan said, it's $400. Like this is like, it's coming out in a very saturated, heavy time right now. Like there's so many figures dropping right now. So it's like, I think this is not for us though. I think this might be more of like an Asian market thing from what I've heard. So I think this might be something that maybe over there they might want more than us in the States will care about it. However, for the people that do want it, I'm happy for you guys. It's not a total loss of a figure. Like it has some cool aspects to it. It's just kind of like, it feels kind of, I guess, a little uninspired, but it's still a cool figure with some decent, accessories and decent development and stuff like that. Has the Eye of Agamotto in the chest. That's pretty cool. So I don't know, man. It's clearly not for any of us. But at the end of the day, if you like it, go for it. But the head sculpt looks better. It looks better than the No Way Home one they just put out. So, I will say that. Multiverse of Madness, like you said, Leo, is still the truth, though. the Multiverse of Madness head sculpt, Doctor Strange, that one
It's
is
still
a
crazy.
banger, bro.
It
that
is.
is
I
like one of the
cannot
best
wait.
head sculpts I've seen in a while. Like
Definitely.
when I look back at it, we were
Turn
doing
me
a stream
around.
like Leo last week, I think.
Yeah,
yours.
we were doing. Yeah,
And I looked at it and I
yeah.
was like, damn, I forgot how good this head sculpt
It looks
is.
good.
Like,
It
yeah,
definitely
it's like a
looks good.
really good head sculpt. So I'm surprised. I wish they just used that one and put it on there. Then it would have been better. But
True.
But
yeah, man, it's an easy pass.
I know there's a figure out there though that Riley is waiting on. He can't wait to get.
Oh yeah, in our Pennywise, yeah.
And that's this Sonar Batman. I know
Loki.
he cannot wait
Yeah,
to get
Loki.
this figure. I know that he's been waiting for this.
Oh
Sonar.
my god.
Where's Throbbing, bro?
Oh, I cannot wait.
I
He's
got
been
this
waiting.
first
Can't
batch.
wait to get
Toys
this.
Wonderland.
First batch, baby.
He's been waiting for this Sonar suit. I know he's been waiting for a minute. Haven't you, Riley?
Dude, I haven't even seen this movie. Like, I don't even know. I'll be honest. I have not seen this movie, bro.
You haven't
It's
seen this
maybe- I haven't seen it, bro. I don't.
You're
what is it,
probably
Bat-
okay,
It's Batman.
Riley. You're probably
it's Batman
done
Forever,
already.
right? Yeah, I heard it's not a great film.
It's
or
not.
that good. So, yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
probably not
My
missing
opinion.
how
My
much.
opinion.
I think
Yeah,
it won
yeah.
movie of the year, if I'm not mistaken. But
Oh, I gotta check it out. No, but I actually think like as much as like I haven't seen any of this, I think the figure actually like looks pretty cool. Like I think it's a cool looking figure. When it gets released, I could totally see people like excited for this. Obviously, it's not going to be one for me, but I mean, it looks pretty cool. It's like I mean, it's a Batman figure. It's not really much to say to that. It's Batman Forever film. Like I said, I haven't seen it, but I probably won't see it anytime soon. But the figure, yeah, it looks pretty cool. This should be like imminent. I'd imagine like this week, tonight, tomorrow, we're gonna see. But I'm getting that one on the right. Come on, you got to get that throbbing,
That
baby.
throbbing.
Come on.
I wonder how that if there's going to be even improvements on the suit itself. I don't know. Probably won't. Brother Cousins, is this
doubt
one
it.
that you're going to actually pick up, bro?
Yes, I'm getting him and Throbbing.
Oh,
But in my
there we
Throbbing in
go.
my display, I'm gonna have a parental advisory sticker right over it.
That's going to pop on a shelf, Jay, and no doubt.
Parental advisory.
Yeah, but I can't
Yeah.
wait. Yeah, I can't wait to get these. Like Riley was saying, I'm guessing this will either be tonight, a couple of hours, maybe Friday. We'll get some blogger photos for this. But I'm ecstatic. I can't wait. I can't wait to get it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Getting these. But I won't be getting that Jazz Inc. Batmobile to go. That's just too much. Too much.
Yeah. It's I don't even know what Jazz Inc. sounds like right now. I don't. It's just the prices are too high for me, so it's out of my price range.
Yeah.
This figure again, it's one that I'm happy. Mr. Mom, I know you said you're going to actually get this piece as well.
oh yeah, I got charged from Sideshow already, so I'm hoping this thing's
Yeah.
shipping like soon. They charged me for it the same night as Batman Begins. I'm upset. I wish that they went. I understand why they did it. I wish that we had the all black Val Kilmer suit that was in 99% of the movie. But
Yeah.
I know it's a one-off, and this is the part. Like I think this in the next Batman is when he always had a costume change at the end of the movie and had to show off a bigger, better suit. So I understand why they went with this one. I'm perfectly fine with it. I would have rather have had an all black one that he went with. But oh yeah, this is 100% coming home. I got to pre-order Robin actually on Friday. I think I'm gonna get him
Okay.
because
Okay.
gotta add the duo.
Yeah, I passed on it because the most important one for me was Batman Begins because that is my favorite suit out of the iteration. So but yeah, Cam, are you getting this, bro?
No. I'm not getting it. But I actually, this was like one of my favorite Batman movies as a kid because I didn't know, we ain't know shit. We was like 8 and 10. So we were like, damn, look at him. Look at him go.
Yeah.
So when I saw it as a kid, I was like, yo, this is dope. Jim Carrey deserves an Oscar. What the hell is going on here? Like, what do I know? But yeah, no, they look amazing, honestly, man. And whoever's getting it, I'm super excited for you guys. But like Brother Cousin said, you guys might want to wear safety glasses when you're operating around this one.
Safety glasses and the gloves. Cam's
No eyes
gloves.
getting poked out.
Your eyes
Yeah,
poked out
very
too
easy.
much, man. Straight up, you don't want to do that, especially with Robin. It's gonna be interesting to see how they basically like literally they have to hear us, and they know we've been saying this shit about this figure for the longest time. It's been going around the entire time. It's funny. That's some funny shit. Will, are you getting your hands on these figures, bro?
Bro, no hands on this
It's
figure.
a big package. No hands on that one.
No touching. You only look.
He's saying, "Look at me."
Yeah, no, right. Look at the Throbbing, baby. Bro, if they put Throbbing in the Facebook description, I will fucking die, bro.
Dude, imagine.
I would like,
Oh my God.
I would absolutely lose it, dude. Hot Toys, I'd be like, all right, I don't care about the cardboard anymore. All I care about is y'all have a good sense of humor. But yeah, man, it does look like a cool figure. Your eyes always go to one spot though. When you look at it, it's kind of like, look at that one, bro. He's just like he's just showing off now.
He gave you the Captain Morgan pose and was
yeah,
like,
he did, bro. Like he's like flexing almost. Like it's yeah.
Y'all remember the ambiguously gay duo from Saturday Night Live?
No,
yeah, I remember that.
Bro, but it's like, yeah, I mean, the outfit looks really nice, but just like you always go straight to that one spot. So
bro, they knew. Here's the thing.
I mean, it's
whoever
accurate.
posed this damn figure knew what you were going to
Look, the lighting. The lighting's like directed on.
Yeah,
it,
bro.
right
like,
there.
The photographer probably looked at Howard. He was like, "Watch
It's
this."
reflecting off it. It is.
He was like, "I'm gonna pose this bitch. No one's gonna know." But bro, photographers are professionals. They know how to highlight certain areas.
It's right in the center, bro.
So they know how to highlight the strengths of the figure. So Robin is clearly gifted in one area, bro. Yeah, he looked at JC. He was like, "Watch this shit. I'm gonna pose this shit." It's so fucking dumb, dude. Like it is accurate though, because I looked up the picture layout and I was like, "Oh, he's actually Throbbing in the movie."
I was gonna say that's how he posed in the movie.
Bro, the photographers probably fucking died shooting this figure. They were probably like, bro, how can we highlight the dick any way possible? It's just
the final product.
It should be an accessory. I mean, it's
an accessory.
Like, I mean, it should be better than the cardboard. So, but bro, it's just like
look at Howard's like, yo, watch this.
Watch this shit. I'm gonna pose this Throbbing. Anyway, but yeah, I'm happy for people that are getting it. It's not for me. I watched the movie as a kid. Layout. I kind of vaguely remember.
Oh shit! He said, "Yo, watch this shit. I'm gonna pose the shit out of this.
I'm gonna pose the shit out of this.
Wow." Bro, yeah, I just see this and I just hear disco music in the background, bro.
Pretty much, bro.
Wow. Like,
could you imagine that? Like, I firmly is the wrong word. I believe right? Like if you had a non-collector walk into your house and see this, I swear to God they would have a hard time not saying hard time not saying something about this.
Words better.
When this is in my collection on my shelf, my wife's gonna walk. My wife's gonna walk in. I'm like, what the hell is this on my shelf?
What are you, some kind of pervert?
Exactly.
And then I have to explain what a collectible is.
I swear,
like,
bro. People are gonna gravitate to it and not in a good way.
Optical needs to get that figure. Bro.
Optical. No. Carlos needs to.
Oh God.
He definitely needs to get that figure. Now, this one right here is my highly most anticipated figure. Behind, like, literally, it is highly most anticipated figure, right? I need this figure so I can finally open up this damn Tumblr, and I've been waiting all this time for this figure to finally do it, and it's going to be here. I cannot wait. That cape, and to finally find out that the cape is definitely wired. So I am excited about that. I just hope they don't fuck it up. Definitely don't hope it. I hope they don't fuck this up. Brother Cousins, are you getting this figure or are you passing on this one?
I got the other one.
He says, it always lets me know.
But you know what? The more I look at it, the more I like it. And it's funny, like historically, this wasn't my favorite Batman costume. But the more I look at it, I actually favored this one over the one from the Dark Knight Rises. I actually favored
the DX-19, yeah.
Yeah, I like this. I don't know. I guess it's the bat on the chest. It's something about it that I see why you like it. I totally
love it, bro.
I see why you like it. It's something about it it's classic.
Yeah, because it's almost like it's almost similar to 89, bro. If you look at it, it's almost similar to the 89 Batman figure, bro.
It is, and I didn't realize that. Even seeing it in the movie, I didn't realize that until seeing, really looking at it. I'm like, damn, I can see it. So long. Yeah, I think I am going to get this one.
Bro, this piece looks so dope.
That face.
I love that.
No,
photo.
that's
Oh
the
my God,
only
I
thing
forgot
is
about
just the face. It's that, but I mean,
What
I
even is
probably-
the pose?
I
Like,
will
what is
not
that?
use
He saw
that.
Robin. That's what it
I
was.
will
Yeah,
not
yeah.
use it. It's probably funny.
He was like, "What the
He
fuck?"
saw the Robin was like, ear.
Yeah, exactly. Bro. He was like, "Damn, you ain't my sidekick."
Like,
Oh my God.
like he was about to say, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that thing growing?
Bro, someone has to like pose those two together.
Yeah, I know,
Oh
bro.
man,
Someone
like
has to-
yo,
Don't give ideas, Riley.
I
that
know.
would
Oh
definitely.
my God.
I don't know. You and Mr. Mom, you said you are getting this piece, bro.
Up, already paid for it. I'm waiting
Yeah,
for it
me
to ship.
too. Now here, let me ask you: did this happen to you, bro? Because does yours say preparing to ship?
I made no, not yet. Mine, I got billed for both of them, so I'm just waiting to
Yeah.
get the actual shipment notice.
Because I
so.
got billed for this and Hunter.
I got billed for this. I got billed for the other Batman, like literally within 30 seconds of each other. I was like, boom, done.
Yeah.
Boom, done. Like, oh, great.
Because it's crazy. The night that this dropped and we got the notifications, I purposely messaged both Will and Riley just to get their opinions. Will said, "Come on, dude. You know what I'm going to say."
Yeah, you
Oh,
already knew, bro.
I already know. He said Batman Begins. Riley was like, "Well, bro, I would get, Hunter." He was like, "I would cancel Batman Begins, but I would get
Both
like literally
sides.
it was two
Will's
opposites."
wrong. Will's
Brother
wrong.
Cousins was like,
No, but I said Batman. I was like, no, you gotta
Yeah,
get
you
Batman.
did. He did definitely say Batman. I didn't mess
Yeah,
with
been
Cam
waiting
because
a
I knew
while.
Cam was going to be like, "Well, I'm not getting either one of them."
He's like, I'm getting a Marvel. I'm getting a Marvel figure.
Right.
I definitely
Get
didn't.
anything else.
Yeah, I didn't message Cam because I knew Cam. If it's not something in Cam's wheelhouse, I already know number one, it's the wrong person to ask.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah,
That's true.
I'll pass.
That's
I'll
true.
pass. I'll pass on that. But another one that basically, again, like I just mentioned, was Hunter. It was basically Hunter. From again Star Wars, from the Bad Batch. I did get that notification on that figure, and they took the money. My only gripe is right now it is currently sitting just on payment. It's sitting on payment. Like they take the money, but it hasn't switched, and I think it's because they don't have the figure in yet. It's still they're just waiting for it, but they take the payment. That's why they say it's up to 10 days to ship. So yes, again, when I sent y'all this message, and while I sent y'all the message, I was like, I made my decision. I went and looked at this, and it was already taken. I was like, damn.
Damn, that's tough.
I was like, damn, it's too late. Like I can't.
Sideshow sided with me then. I guess.
They definitely, you know what I mean? Like, again, they sided with you, but I couldn't pass up on Begins. I just definitely couldn't, bro, because I've been waiting for that for the longest time. So I was like, you know what? I just got to suck it up. Like, I really, really do have to suck it up because I wanted both the actual figures, and this looks real good. The only downside to this is the simple fact that if you saw, and again, the season 2 trailer dropped, and none of them have this shit on. They changed it, and I'm like, you
bro.
fuckers. Like,
I don't like the new season look, honestly.
I
like
don't.
the OG.
I don't like
the
I
OG better.
do not like the new season look. I don't like the suits on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the trailer looks beautiful though. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
But I don't like the suits.
Potential
So,
grails right here. We might never see him again.
Yeah,
We'll
we
see.
definitely might not see these things again. But I mean, I'll be happy to have it. That's why I was like, you know what? I was talking to both, but you know what? Both Riley and Will took too long to answer. And I guess that's why I was like, yeah, let's get him now. let's build him now. Let's do that shit now. Like this, you know what I mean? Whatever. Let's get him now. So he ain't gonna back out of it this time. But yeah. But I mean, I bring these up, man, because like I said, we know now. Here's the thing: we're talking about just these figures. These are the ones that we know of right now. That we know of just right now. Somebody even mentioned, don't forget about White Vision from last week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got that. Basically, that one's on its way. So again, these are just the figures that we know right now. That's what, 6 figures. And this happened yesterday into today. Yeah, today. So basically, if we have that many right now, we still have a couple days left of the week. How many figures are you predicting that we're going to actually see by the end of this week? Literally. What do you think? Because here's the thing. We still have Wanda. So that's still out there. We still have Wonder Woman 84. That's still out there. We still have Ahsoka. That's still out there. You know what I mean? Who else am I missing right now? Cyborg, we already know has been pushed. We still have Captain America.
Which he got
That's a
delayed
good one.
again.
Did he get delayed
did he?
again?
Again from Sideshow. Yep.
Damn.
What about Luke Mando?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it could be
Mando.
soon. I thought Chrome Mando could be
Mando,
soon too.
Mando's on that list as well. So we have so many of these figures right now that are on the list that, again, you know, what are we going to actually see going forward? Like, how many figures are we going to, you know, Luke? I guess what was that Mandalorian Luke that was supposed to be released too? Is that
Yep.
one?
Yeah, that's probably one of them. Mhm.
You know, also Yelena.
Yeah, could be.
Mhm.
Haven't heard anything about that being delayed yet. You know what I mean? So there's a couple of them there that, again, and all through this, Infinity Ultron, somebody said soon. Also, don't forget Carnage.
Yeah, Carnage.
Because if you look at it, Carnage went to only you can only do payment options for 3, like it's like what, 3, you can do the only 3 payment around 2, it's like the 3 payment process now. Like we're actually so they moved it to that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So again, there's more figures out there that we're waiting on. Cyborg Kinky has been pushed till February.
Yep.
March. So that's been pushed. And through all of this, though, we still don't have any idea when they're going to release the InArts Joker yet.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. What's up with that?
I don't man. Last I heard, it was supposed to be a couple weeks ago, and that hasn't. There's none. I mean, we are getting close to the end of the year, bro. And I think somebody said technically, if they release it in Hong Kong, then they have actually satisfied but they haven't released it over there yet, bro.
Right.
So what the hell? Like, again, what are we going to see? Like,
I'm on Sideshow's website right now. You know what I think just got moved up?
What?
The Iron Man Mark 1.
Oh,
For
yeah.
real?
Could be that.
They got moved up to January, February. That definitely
For
was not
real?
January, February, because I know that for a fact. My payment plans on that weren't supposed to start till February. Now it's got a January, February launch. I think they moved the Mark 1 up.
I had noticed that Ryan too with Shang-Chi. I swore Shang-Chi was like Q2 of next year. Now it's January.
I think
to
they're
February.
moving. Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised to see Iron Man Mark 1 coming.
That would be crazy
Dude.
too. Like, what if Shang-Chi just pops up this week? Just
I'm
randomly?
just saying, you have
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. I would be fucking hyped though, because I really want.
Bro,
that
I'd be hyped
Shang-Chi.
if Carnage got released.
Yeah,
bro.
Carnage.
That would be crazy.
Chrome Mando says
Bruh.
December to January, so that could really drop any day. Yeah, Chrome Mando could probably drop any day.
Yeah, Chrome Mando can drop. You said that Carnage, that's going to hurt people's pockets.
Dude,
Yeah, $500.
It is.
Yep.
It is. And I forgot that that What If Ultron.
Yep.
Dude,
You know
that
what I
one's
mean?
dope. I'm gonna
That's
be
a nice
tempted with
piece.
that one.
So
And they're just moving through that line, so I think that's going to be coming very soon.
Yeah.
Howie's sitting home on his couch right now saying, "You guys want to release this,
Right.
What you're getting."
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah,
know.
that's why it's like
Yeah.
we can't
That's what
always
this
be
is.
saying because we are
So-
getting releases. Yeah.
exactly. Underground Figures actually contacted me today with the invoice for the Hydra Stomper. So I mean, again,
Dude,
letting me know that's going to be shipped.
I
So
saw the Hydra Stomper in person at my comic store today. They pulled it out just for me, and oh my god,
Nice.
it took everything. I had to run out the store. I was like, I can't.
how
That's how
did
you
it
know
look,
they
bro?
got you there.
How did it look,
Dude,
bro?
it looked amazing. It looked
Mhm.
I heard it
amazing.
looks
We were.
good.
It was like 5 of us all surrounded a box. We were like, oh my god, wow,
Mhm,
wow.
mhm.
And yeah, I had to run out the store. I had to run out.
Yeah, bro. Like straight up. Like I saw, I saw a collector over in Hong Kong who has it, and his display looked effing incredible. I was like, wow, like I cannot wait. Again, guys, it's a heat up right now, and again, it's we can't escape it. So it's just being prepared for it. Everybody out there, like we've been warning you guys about this for the longest time. It's again, if you're smart about it, if you have been smart about it up until now, then you have absolutely nothing to worry about. But if again, just look at the simple fact that they are moving these dates. A lot of things that they actually have in the works. We're going to see some more production photos tonight. I can almost guarantee that we're going to see some of that tonight. So just be prepared. You're going to wake up. It might be a couple of figures released. You're like, what the fuck? So just be prepared. Like if you see some streams, you see some early morning streams, just be prepared. Anyway, not going to hold anybody right now. It's 11:15. It's time to go. But Will,
Yeah, man.
what you got going on, bro? What you got coming up?
Dude, I just released before the live stream. I released a couple videos: She-Hulk preview, Doc Brown, and then Doctor Strange. A lot of doctors. Yeah, so those are out there, and I'm actually going to be doing a collection tour reaction to Kiko Collects collection tomorrow. So I got to do that.
Nice.
That'll be fun. Yeah, because I'm supposed to do one once a week, and last week I just got behind and get to do one, so I'm going to do 2 this week, and I haven't decided the other one yet. But Lights Camera Collect Friday layout, 5:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
I'll have Ben Thomas there with me, and I'm not sure who else yet. And then Sunday, normal Collectors Mingle. And of course, I'm here every Wednesday, 9:15, man. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me, man. But happy to be here. And thanks for having me, dude, as always.
Always, man. Thank you so much. It's so much. And everybody, the link to everybody's page is in the description. So definitely you want to check that out if you haven't already. So Will, definitely thank you for being here. Mr. Miles, what you got going on with your channel, man? What can we expect?
I actually just uploaded a video. I just want to give a quick shout out to anyone who has the John Wick figure. I actually bought, I don't know if you know, is aware, the CRO Customs John Wick tactical belt. If you see that.
Wow. Nice.
So I just did a review of this. This is from CRO Customs. So this is like the tactical belt from John Wick 2 when he's got the shotguns. You see this thing's loaded.
That's
dope. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I actually just did a review if anyone wants to go check that out, because honestly, CRO Customs isn't getting the credit they deserve. There's a lot of stuff with custom displays, but I got him a little posed up right here. But like I said, all the guns, all this belt and everything utilizes some of the Hot Toys belt that comes with, but see right back there, all the weapons.
Yo.
I just got that.
Dope. That is incredible, bro.
From so I did a review of that. I just put it up, and then I got the Iron Man Mark III construction coming tomorrow, so I'll do a review of that. And then I have Doc coming next week, so I'll check that out. So I'll do a lot of photography of this guy this week. I'm going to take him outside if the weather's nice and shoot a lot of photography of the John Wick. So that's what I got going on.
So man, thanks so much, man. Thank you so much for definitely being here. That's Mr. Moms.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
On Instagram and YouTube, if you haven't already, make sure you actually head over there and follow my guy. Definitely thank you for being here as always.
Thank you for inviting me.
Riley, what's going on with you, bro?
Dude, so right now, just posted a giveaway on my channel. So we're actually trying to reach that 1K mark by Christmas. We're at 935 subs, so we're 65 away. We're right there, guys, to that 1K mark. We're trying to get that by Christmas, and if we do so, I'm going to be giving away this figure, which is the DX19 Batman figure. So make sure you guys check out my channel. It's got the video on how to actually enter the giveaway, but I'm going to give that away. And also another giveaway with Collector's Zone. They're doing a Scout Trooper giveaway on my channel. So it's going to be 2 giveaways. The first one, like I said, the DX19, it won't happen unless we hit that 1K mark. So if you guys want to check that out, try and get to that 1K subs. And Lael, you know, I'm kind of mad at you right now. I'm going to be honest, because you know what? You didn't tell me how badass that this Taskmaster figure is, bro.
Yes,
this is literally one of the most underrated figures in my collection.
I told you.
I'm not even lying, bro.
I tried
this figure
to tell
is
you.
Dope, dude.
I told
this
you.
figure is dope. I'm not even gonna lie.
Tell you. I
unboxed it. I unboxed it like 2 days ago, bro. Like
I told you.
You did tell me.
Did.
It looks damn good, bro. It looks really good. So I'm happy about that. Maybe I'll do a video on it, honestly, because I like just the accessories that come with this figure are amazing. Like just letting you guys know if you're interested in it, I would pick it up at the right price. But enough of that. Yeah, just got that giveaway going on. I just posted the video today, so you guys check that out. Do all the things on how to enter, and yeah, you'll be doing a raffle of a giveaway for those figures. And also check out A Place for Collecting. It's a Facebook group with Carlos May. It's an amazing group to be at. You guys check that out. Great conversations, and yeah, it was a lot of fun tonight. Thank you, Lyle, for the invite. It was awesome, man.
Definitely, as always. Riley Reviews on IG and YouTube. Make sure you head over there, support my guy, get into 1,000. He is almost there. Definitely.
Thank you, bro.
Bredro Cousins, Booty Grabber, Lady Whisperer, man. What's going on with you, bro?
Oh, but it gets slapped by my wife. But anyway, no, bro. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I had a lot of fun with y'all tonight. Oh my god. Yeah. So tomorrow, best of the best. Yes,
Best
8
of the
p.m.
best.
Eastern. It's
Yeah,
going to be fire. We got a lot of good stuff
Yes.
we're going to be talking about. We're also doing a giveaway on our show. We'll talk about it. We'll give you all the details and all that stuff as well tomorrow. That's going to be excellent. Doing a collection tour as well. I'm finishing that up tonight. That should be posted sometime tomorrow. So yeah, that's going to be cool. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you so much for being here. I mean, for having me here tonight, for having me here tonight. It's been great.
Definitely, man. So I appreciate you for being here as always, man. And if you haven't already, you already know what it is, Brother Cousins Reviews on IG and YouTube. Make sure you actually go on and head on over there. My cousin Cam, what's going on with you, bro? What you got going on, brother?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me as always, man. It's been great being on here with the panel, talking about these figures. A lot of them that I'm not gonna be buying, but that's all I like tonight. But yeah, man. So I'll be dropping some new content on my channel this week, as well as some new photos of some of the figures that I haven't done reviews on recently. And then next week we'll actually be dropping finally the Collectibles and Cocktails episode of my God, I forgot what the hell it's called. Butterbeer. There we go. Yeah, so check out anything on my channel. And thank you, man. Appreciate you having me as always, bro.
As always, brother. It's always a pleasure to have family here. So definitely, man, if you haven't already, come on, man. Project Get Cam to 1,000 by the end of the year. Look, it's not a stretch. It can happen in a month. Come on, get Cam to 1,000. If you are out there basically watching, if you haven't already subscribed to Cam's page, make sure you head on there. Head on over there and do it ASAP. For me, what's going on at the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel? Not a damn thing. No, seriously. We have Figure Flex Friday, Collectors Lounge International on Monday, Comic Book Talk with Friends on Collectors Lounge on Sunday, Comic Book Talk with Friends on Monday, and back here for Say What next Wednesday, and also Uncivilized, I believe, next Thursday. So the rotation continues. I will be putting out a video on Friday with the Iron Man classic suit. So that'd be a Take Your Position classic suit. So stay tuned for that. So I'm just kind of running through everything that I actually have. So it's going to be great. Anyway, thank you guys for basically being here as always. Remember the Christmas initiative is still going to be going on for the entire month. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your evening. Get some sleep. I know you can't wait to, because definitely I can't wait, and Will can't, because it's always past his bedtime. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. Until next week, peace out and let's go.